Sup? I'm going to stretch. What up? I'm going to stretch and drink some good water while the good people come in. Yes. I already notified a handful of people that I'm finna go live. Sup? Sheiky baby. I haven't been in the gym in weeks, son. Weeks. And I feel weak. No, I don't feel weak. It's just that work's been so busy and treacherous. I ain't been in the gym in weeks. Because my job is the gym, it seems. Not literally, but it's the gym in the sense that it's physical work. Greggatron. That's a new one. But yeah, work is so physical. I don't even train like that anymore. So if I train once a week, at this point, hey, so be it. Know what I mean? That ain't long enough to lose anything. True. I mean, I weigh the same, just about. I might have lost 2 or 3 pounds, but once I eat some food, it goes right back. So my weight hasn't changed since. But I can tell the chest is getting small, right? The chest got smaller. The arms, they're getting smaller. So we need to do something about that. Now on camera, you might be like, Greg, what are you talking about? Your arms are still huge. That's on the camera, but when I'm looking, I'm like, my arms could be a lot bigger than what they are right now. But mainly my chest. And I'm gonna probably have some shoulders too. Because I don't like being quote unquote smaller than I should be. It's one thing when you get smaller, but I don't want to be smaller than I need to be. And it's 74 degrees in the garage right now. Outside the garage, it's pushing 80. So that's why the door's open. That's a mental thing. You still got them guns. I still got them, but it could be better. And arms, that's the easiest thing to hit. So there's no reason why my arms shouldn't be big. Know what I'm saying? Because whenever I hit arms, you'll see. Watch. You'll see them now, but if you wait till after my arm exercise, they be huge. It's like I went Super Saiyan on them. Oh yeah, they call that a pump. But if I smash, usually it's either arms or shoulders, especially shoulders. When I smash those muscle groups, my shoulders be big for dang near a whole month because I smashed them. What up, cousin? What's good with ya, kinfolk? It's the good kinfolk. I thought you were calling me the God kinfolk, like God brother. I'm like, you ain't my God brother, you're my cousin. This is the cousin Ty. And this is Galiincali. Ty, how come you're not a moderator? What the? Yeah, I know. God brothers, cousins. What's the difference, right? We're all family. I was thinking about you and your brother the other day. I can't remember what it was, but something came to mind. Standard moderator. I'd be outside, he says. I would let it fly instead of moderating it. It's all good.
So if you're interested, stretch with me. I had somebody in the comments one day say, "That's gross. You need to shave your armpits. I can see your deodorant." I'm like, what the? Men don't shave their armpits? And wouldn't you rather wouldn't you rather me have on deodorant than not? You just want hair showing with no deodorant? So what's wrong with y'all? Not you guys. Whoever made that comment. You want me to be having no deodorant on and some shaved armpits. That's not manly. People just say anything, I swear. No, that makes no sense.
Makes no dang on sense. So go ahead and stretch with me while you say hello to your neighbor. I also like when I can hear the birds in the background chirping. It's so peaceful and it's so background that I don't realize they're there until I'm real quiet and still. Then I'm like, wow. I can hear the birds chirping. Because it wasn't very long ago when there was snow outside. That's incredible. Like, we're in April right now, but not even 2 months ago it was snowing dang near. Tar Baby Yoda is here. I have been knighted, chat. Oh, knighted like you're a knight? You feel like Keanu Reeves. Oh, I'm not almost naked. It's 80 degrees where I'm at. The garage just shows 74, 75 degrees. 75 now. I got clothing on. When I'm training, I always look like this. What up, Matt? Matthew, the good. So Matthew went live 2 days ago. Yeah. Was it, or was that yesterday? That was yesterday. Anyway, yesterday, the day before, he went live and it was fun. The good Terry told me, yeah, bro, it's snowing here. What? It was 80s last week. What state do you live in, my friend? It did snow in Illinois in April, probably 2 years ago. And that was not fun. It was like a sprinkling, sparkling snow. Didn't really affect much. It was just bizarre and weird and strange. Because the temperature, obviously, it was cold enough for there to be snow that April, but it didn't last but for a couple of days. But normally it snows in Illinois in March at times. December, we don't get any snow. It just be cold. January, we might get some. February, possibly. March is random. But we got it in April one year. I'm like, So basically, for us, it's like winter is from late November all the way up until early April. That's like 6 months of winter. that's that's horrible. And then summer just flies by like it was nothing. Summer doesn't technically start until when? Early June. And then before August is over, it seems like it's already gone. I think fall starts sometime in September, but I love summer the best. Summer's my favorite, so that's why it seems like it goes by the fastest. But then winter, I dread the most, so winter seems like it's the longest. Like, how do you get snow in April and it was just cold around Christmas and Thanksgiving, and it's still cold in April at times? Like, it was actually kind of cold here 2 weeks ago, Matthew. I'm glad you brought that up. I apologize to your neighbors for me. They moved the kiddie pool inside. What? No, the pool's still there. I'm looking at it. It's not put together, but it's there. Yeah. It is being bipolar. You're right about that. Ty says, I don't give a... I train in my drawers. Yes, sir. And Timberland boots at your gym. That's different, because you're my family. You know, you can't go to a normal gym in your Timberland boots and some drawers. That ain't gonna fly. They would throw you out for that. Now, if you say, I'm transitioning to another gender, then they'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Go to whatever locker room you want with your Timberland boots on. The YMCA is kind of funny. I went swimming one time at the Y, and I'm leaving. I have my towel around my neck and no shirt on. And the guy at the front desk was like, hey, buddy, you're going to have to put your shirt on in the lobby area. I said, oh, no, I just went swimming. And I still have my towel on. He's like, I understand that, but when you're in the common area, he said, you've got to be covered up, man. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. My thing was like, what's he going to do, kick me out? I'm already leaving. I thought that was interesting. You can swim, and you can be in the sauna with no shirt on. What's up, Terry? Or no, there's Rico. You can be swimming or in the sauna with no shirt on. But when you're leaving the building, you have to have your shirt on. Interesting. And then when you're in the training area, when you're lifting weights, you're supposed to be clothed fully. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because there'd be women out there who, they got on nothing but a sports bra. I'm like, so they can wear a sports bra, but I can't walk around like this. It's just too many double standards. I understand they're trying to enforce some rule, but make it make sense. But at the same time, I don't like arguing with authority at their jobs, because this is their job to enforce the rules. So that's why I told that guy, oh, that's fine. You know, it's all good. But I'm pretty sure there's guys who play basketball at my gym with no shirts. So you can play basketball, shirts versus skins. But when you're in the main common open area, you got to put your shirt back on. I don't know. But when we're in the locker rooms, don't nobody have on a shirt. You know what I'm saying? So they just don't want you to scare off maybe the women and children in the main lobby. But again, the locker rooms, no shirts. Anyway. What y'all watch, says my buddy. Me and my brother and my friend watched a movie yesterday. Yeah, you know how the YMCA is, Rico. You know. Yeah. I've been to gyms, man, where this woman had on like a jacket, a zip up jacket with a hood. The jacket wasn't even on her, it was like this. Can I say the word titties? Well, no, your son watches me. This woman's chest area was just hanging. Her bra wasn't doing her any justice. But you could see all that stuff. And that stuff was just swinging and hanging. And she was just flirting with, maybe I shouldn't say flirting, but she was talking to like dang near every dude at the gym. And whatever exercise she did, she was like bending over an extremely amount. Like bending over for stuff that you don't need to bend over for. Like, this thing is right here. You don't need to bend over to grab that. But she was like all sexual and intimate with the equipment and stuff. And she would kind of like look to make sure and see if anyone was watching her. And it was just so trifling. It was so trifling and unprofessional. I'm like, no, her booty butt cheeks were not out. It was her upper area. There were no cheeks involved with this one. I just remember all this was just out. She had on a sports bra. I think it was a sports bra. And a zip-up jacket, but the zipper was way down here. I'm like, what is she doing? Yeah, it is shameful. I'm like, this don't make no sense. And I think she was a friend of the manager of the gym. So she was just walking around talking to everybody. But I was trying to work out. I was in the zone. I was focused. This is years ago. I was so focused. I'm just thinking, I ain't giving this the time of day. But she wanted me to, because I think I was on the cable machine doing something. You know how there's different cable machines? There's the big cable machine. It's all connected to different machines. I was doing one exercise. Here she comes doing the exercise right next to the one I'm on. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Who cares? But when she starts doing this, and she's like bending over, like I want you to see my chesticles. I was thinking, what's going on, man? Like, is this what's hood in the gym? Is this what we're doing out here in the streets? Because I can't walk around in the gym like that. Like me right now, I can't walk into the gym like this. I got to be covered up. But this woman here, she might as well have had on no shirt at all. Or no jacket. And my thing was, what was the purpose of the jacket? It's not zipped up. It's not covering nothing up. It's hanging off of you. You really just want attention right now. And there were some guys who were not falling for it, like myself. But there were other guys, they were falling for it. Ooh, what's up, girl? What you working on today? Ooh, goo goo gaga. Look at you. And she wasn't making no gains. She was not making any gains at all. She was just going on these equipment, doing these exercises to look cute. That was it. I'm serious, Matthew. She's making she was just going up there to look cute and pretty and to talk and to flirt. And I know this because she was only, for example, the exercise I was on it for a good 10, 15 minutes. I did multiple sets. Well, here she comes on her little machine. She wasn't on that thing but for less than 5 minutes. Didn't even go hard on it. Had the weight extra low, and then she looking like this. just to see if I'm watching her. I'm like, you ain't even put enough weight on that thing to stress out your triceps. You just want to see if I'm looking at you. And then the minute you look at them, they be like, I can't believe you're looking at me like that. You're just treating me like a sexual object. You're objectifying me. B-word, look at how you're dressed and look at how you're carrying yourself in this here gym. Like, we're not going swimming right now. You know what? Let me stop, man. As ABL would say, sometimes I talk too much. Yeah, she needs a turtleneck, man. And she's not the only female who I've seen like that, but I use that as an example because that's like the most extreme example I can think of that I saw personally. This isn't online stuff I'm talking about. This is someone who I witnessed with my own two eyes because it was so ridiculous. So I use that example. But there are other women in the gym who, they got their little tripods. And I see some men too with the tripod. I'm like, why you bring your tripod to the gym? Oh, man. Like, social media culture is something. And I get it. I have my tripod right here. What you're seeing me on in here, it's on a tripod. I get that. But you take your tripod to the gym when you're around 100 different people, I don't know, man. I don't know if they should ban that. Like, because people do record all the time. I don't think I would want somebody with a tripod in my gym. Not this gym, but like the YMCA, and I'm in there. They could tag you. I don't know, man. That should be private. Because there's 100 other people around you in the gym who might not want to be recorded. Now, I get it. We're all in a public setting. I get that. But at the same time, shouldn't you have a right to not want to be filmed? Because I'm paying my membership too. And also, I get it. There's cameras already in the gym for safety purposes. In case if somebody gets hurt, in case if there's an incident, they can roll back. What up, Don? They can roll back the footage. Okay, what happened here? For safety and security. But if you're bold enough to just bring your tripod and just start recording yourself in the gym, when there's 100 people in the background walking back and forth, like, that's too much ego in my opinion. Like, you got the cojones to set up shop in a public gym on a tripod. I'll be walking by like, look at this dude, man, trying to, man, get... Because the YMCA should charge you for that. Oh, you want to make content here? Okay, that's fine. We're going to charge you an extra so-and-so bucks. Which is interesting, actually, because at the Y, you're not allowed to personally train people as a personal trainer. Because what you're doing is you're taking business away from the personal trainers who actually work there. So let's say I have a client, right? And I have a little membership at the Y that says I can take one person with me. Legally, I cannot train that person as a trainer while I'm at the Y. Because that's what the personal trainers who work there, that's their job. You're taking work away from other people. It's kind of like when I worked security. I used to work events, right? So we would have concessions at my job, different concession stands. So we had a rule, no outside food or drink allowed. The purpose of that was because if you bring in food and drink from the outside, you could bring water. We were cool with water. But if you bring outside food and drink, now you're taking money away from the concession stand. Get it? So there are certain rules that are in place for a reason. I just think that the Y should charge people in every gym, really. You shouldn't even be able to go to Planet Fitness and set up a tripod. Because what if there's somebody behind you walking on the treadmill? They might not want to be in your video, man. And you can't just say, oh, well, they shouldn't be in the shot. They should go to a different treadmill. No, mother lover. Stop recording me. And how do we know it's not some sicko who's just pretending to make a workout video, but in reality, this person could be filming people on the down low because this person could be perverted or anything. Ooh, I'm going to pretend I'm making a video. In the meantime, I'm recording this chick in the background doing her squats. You know what I'm saying? Like, people could be on anything, man. I did not know I was going to go to that type of tangent, but that's real talk. Can't use spreading misinformation and lies. Hey, as a hobby. What up in the face? What's good with you? Oh, just talking about the gym. I'm supposed to be training in the gym. Make sure y'all hit the like button too. You know what I'm talking about, Matthew? It's like what I'm saying makes sense in my head, but I doubt they'll implement that sort of thing, which is interesting because they have one rule that's like, hey, when you're in the main common area, you still have to have your shirt on. Okay. But on the other side of that coin, you can record with a tripod when you're training and anybody can be in the shot and there's nothing we can do about it. Okay. Whatever, man. Let me see what y'all are saying. Galiincali and Planet Fitness, there are rules like no judging. Yeah, I remember that stuff. No grunting, no heavy dropping weights. Yeah. All that stuff is true. Why are the gyms allowing cameras? Right, we already have cameras in the gym for safety, like I said. But to record your own personal, like I get it sometimes, like my friend Limit Breaker Joseph, he'll put his phone on the floor and do push-ups at the gym or different exercises. But it's on the floor, like, I get that. But the whole tripod thing, man, it just takes it to a whole nother level. Because now you got production going on. You're basically shooting a movie for free in this establishment that you're only paying $10 a month for or whatever. But you're using it to make your stuff without their permission, per se. Like, okay, let's say I make a video in the gym, right? At the YMCA. Let's say that video makes 1 million views. Does the YMCA get reimbursed a little bit? Because they provided the facility. Does this make sense? But there should definitely be a rule like you cannot use our facility to make content without paying us. Because you can't do it with personal training, so you shouldn't be able to do it for that either. Common sense needs to be taught now. See, you can't teach common sense, though. Like the stuff that I'm saying, the stuff that we're talking about, the stuff that we talk about in general on my show and Matthew's show and others. You can't teach that. You can learn and pick up wisdom from other people, but you cannot teach common sense. And I know this because at my job, I train people. But the stuff they do and the methods of how they do stuff, it don't make no sense. So I show them my way, then I say, well, try it this way. And if it doesn't work, you can do it your own way. But I just want to show you how I do it. But in many cases, they go back to doing it their way, which is fine. They do it their way, even though it makes no common sense at all. But that's just them. You can't teach common sense. You can train people in the practical way, but common sense must come from God directly, I think. I had to cancel my membership. Yeah, I don't blame you. I walk 10 to 20 miles a day at work. Yeah, probably the same for me too. I don't have a smartwatch or anything like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if I walk 20 or 30 miles at work. I would not be surprised. Let me grab some weights so I can warm up. It's almost like now that I have my home gym, and I hate to say this out loud, but it's like now that I got my home gym, regular gyms are becoming so overrated now. And half the people in there be on their phones, which we talked about that in the past. But again, it's all about making content now. Like, I miss the days when I go to the gym and a guy will walk up to me like, hey man, you look strong. Do you think you can spot me on this bench real quick? Yeah, I'll spot you. Like, those days are over. Now it's like, hey man, can you hold my camera for me? I ain't holding your camera. I'm not holding your camera. No, I'm playing. No. Nobody's asked me that. But pretty much that's how it is now. It went from, hey, can you spot me? And then after you hit that rep, the spotter would be like, good fight, good fight. That's how the gym used to be for me. Good fight, buddy. Then you get up, they give you a fist bump, good stuff. Yeah, anytime. So now you know who the good spotter is. So whenever you see that dude, like, hey, you think you can spot me again? Yeah, let's do it. We went from that to setting up tripods. That's crazy to me. Man, I don't see people in the gym asking for spotters anymore. That's true talk. Everybody wants to look cute, including the men. Everybody trying to be cute. Like Kurt Franklin said, don't do it cute. Come on. Y'all got me talking up in here. It sucks in California because all the gay dudes hit on you when you're trying to pump until failure. Yeah. Yep. I don't have a step counter, but I know my routine. Well, I hope you spend money on good arch support work shoes. Indeed. We're gonna make Matthew a moderator next. That's a good person right there. If this thing wants to cooperate with me. I'm trying to make, what up, Art? I'm trying to make you guys, it did for Art. We're talking about gym culture. Alright, you guys are both mods. Yeah, the gym, people in the gym be wild. Let me warm up on the bench. And they just have no sense of courtesy. Like, let's say there is no rule to where you can record whatever. You would think the person would still have enough courtesy to say, you know what, there's other people in the shot. I don't want them in my shot. They might not want to be filmed. There's no courtesy on that level. They just do it anyway. They don't care if you're in the shot or not. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. I love how I can talk for half an hour and not move any weight, and y'all are still listening and chatting. Because this was supposed to be a gym stream, so that's cool. Oh, man. I was telling my friend End of Face, this End of Face went live last week, and his whole thing was, I don't even know what the topic of the day is, right? And I told him, bro, I just flow. Like, if it's not on my mind in particular, I just read the chat, and if someone like Matthew or my cousin or whoever says something interesting, I just take that and I just ride with it. I just ride that wave with what y'all are saying. But I don't know where the conversation's going. Seriously. Because my mind can go in 10 different directions, but I can only pick one direction. Then the other 9, I forget. So I just take one direction of what y'all are talking about, and then just kind of latch on to that. And it just leads on into something else. That's the best way I know how to do it. Like, I don't try. I don't think about what I'm going to say before I say it. I just flow. Now, I do have some YouTube video topics that I want to cover in video format, but I don't feel like making videos like that. Because it's a lot of editing, and sometimes they be lengthy videos anyway. So I might talk about that today here. I might. Depending on, again, where this goes. But we'll see. We will see. Okay, let's warm up with the barbell. Because I have a lot of topics I want to talk about, like a lot of topics. Because I see stuff throughout my day and it's interesting. I'm like, oh man, I should talk about that on YouTube. But my schedule be so booked. And I'll be tired too. So I just write down all these ideas and then I don't get to them until weeks and weeks later. And by the time I talk about it, it's really not even on my mind anymore. Because there's new stuff on my mind. So if I don't write it down, I'll forget to talk about it altogether. But there's topics I had like months ago that I didn't even get to because other stuff comes up. So it's just locked away in the notepad somewhere. But I wish I could just make videos all day. That'd be fun. What we talked about in the gym, this conversation we just had, that's real talk. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. You know? Because the thing about recording in the gym, you're at someone else's job. You could be jeopardizing someone else's stuff. You don't bring your camera up to someone else's job. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? Just people have no decency today, and they have no sense of what other people are thinking. What's that word, decorum? They just have no wherewithal. And I don't even want to use the word respect, because respect is so cliche now. They just don't have the wherewithal, the courtesy. Like, if you're in a home gym, whoever's home gym, yeah, you should be able to record all you want, because you're at home. Now, I could see if you're recording in the gym and there's no one in the gym but you. But when there's 1,000 mugs in there with you, come on, man. That's real talk. And I can hear people now. I be saying stuff, depending on the video. And I be saying stuff at work when I talk to people. They're not actually saying it, but it's like I can almost hear them like, "Shut up, Greg. Shut up. You." I can hear him like, "You ain't saying nothing." At my job, we have these union meetings. Like, there's a meeting once a month or whatever. And whenever I speak and say my 2 cents, I can just see the way they're looking at me. They be like, if this man don't shut up, if this man don't sit down somewhere, ain't nobody trying to hear that. But they're not really saying that, but my mind is telling me, I guarantee you they're like rolling their eyes. Oh, here he comes again. It's Greg. Alright, peace out, cousin. This is my first cousin, y'all. Spade Ops, number 4. Hit the like button on your way out. Alright, let me drink some more of this water. And I'm going to go straight to the 80-pound dumbbells. We'll get between 10, 12 plus reps. You know what I'm saying? Art, you get it. Yeah. Art knows. Yeah. Tell him, Art, hit the like button. Straight up. I'm going to get my wraps, my gloves, and put the towel on the good bench. Limit Breaker Joseph. I brought your name up earlier. What was I saying? Oh, we were talking about recording in the gym. I said, well, Limit Breaker Joseph, he might record, but his phone's on the floor. We were talking about how people bring tripods to the gym and how ridiculous and what's that word I'm thinking of? When you don't have courtesy. We were talking about how that is. When people just do whatever in any setting. I need to cut. Yeah. Me too. And subscribe to Limit Breaker Joseph too. He's another true one. Yeah, I need tripods. Right, you need a tripod for when you're at home. But don't take your tripod to the gym, because there's other people in the gym who might not want to be on your tripod. Sup, Terry? I'm supposed to be training, but we got to talking. Probably 15 minutes ago, it got real up in here. 15, 20 minutes ago, I was just flowing, and it was just real talk. Real talk. She's right about that. That's just how it be. Okay, good. How was church? Good service yesterday with Ethan Hawke, too. Ethan Hawke had a show yesterday, guys, and it was good. Ethan Hawke, that's Terry's husband For those who don't know. Yeah, Terry is married to Ethan Hawke, the actor. So, shout out to them. Greg, you over there making love to the weights. Man, I'm making love to this conversation because I haven't done any weights yet except for stretching. I use my tripod, but for dry fire practice. Right. That's because you be out in the woods somewhere. Let me get my gloves on and everything. Looks like the good people are showing up. Making love to the weights. You know how you have that one friend who you can talk on the phone to, and y'all be talking for hours? That's like me when I'm going live stream. Depending on what comes up, I can just, it's just a continuous conversation. The only way for me to stop this video is when my battery is about to die. Seriously. That's why all my live streams, many of them, they're all like the same time length. Because my phone isn't on the charger. Real talk. This. And the birds are still chirping. The birds know. Shout out to the birds. I'm going heavy on chest because my chest needs it. Bad. Gonna get this rap going. Be patient, bear with me. Enjoy the sound of the birds in the background. Sometimes the birds in the background, it's better to have the music on. Because you're like so relaxed, it's like you're one with outside. You're one with nature. It's like you're in the gym, but you're not in the gym at the same time. It's dope. Yeah. Then the squirrels, they're out there communicating with each other. In squirrel talk. But yeah, we got Rico, we got Terry, we got Matthew, and the face, Don, my cousin just stepped out, Sheiky baby, Lemon Breaker Joseph. We got all kind of good people up in here. All kinds. We got the good water bottle. We got the birds. We got the squirrels. Oh yeah. And we got Artie Art Too Smart. We out here. If you're just tuning in, Greggatron is about to lift 80-pound dumbbells, a weight he is quite familiar with. And we got the fire truck sirens in the background. Shout out to the firemen. But Greg is about to bench press. I think we should incline it just a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to incline it just a little bit just to make my shoulders do more work. Okay. There we go. All right. Are you ready, my people? Firebirds. Are you ready? It's like the Hank show when Hank takes forever to get the show started. And he'd be like, let's get started with the show. It's like 15 minutes later. How you gonna say, let's get on with the show? And the show's 2 hours long. You've been talking for 20 minutes and you're just now getting started with the show. Nice try. No shirt this time, buddy. It's 80 degrees. It is 80 now. Yep. All right. I also put on a good belt. Damn, this feels heavy. Ah, it's been a while. Y'all seen me warm up with the barbell. Damn. All right. I would like to get 12 reps. I would like that. You guys are making me nervous. You guys are getting butterflies in my stomach. Ah, yeah. Come on! 2 more! Yeah! 1 more! Yeah! Yeah! 1 more! Yeah! Triple G still got it. Yeah! That's exciting stuff. We out here, still making gains in the spring. You felt that stuff. I know y'all felt that. You felt that through the tripod, through the phone. Yeah. It's kind of like the Steve Wilkos show. When people didn't really care for Steve Wilkos, they just wanted to see him throw a chair. So they drive miles and miles and miles. I just want Steve to throw a chair. And then when he would throw a chair, everybody starts jumping up and down and clapping. It's like NASCAR, right? Who wants to see a bunch of cars driving circles all day? They're attending just to see someone crash. That's why you fine people are here. You're like, I don't really care what Greg has to say right now. I just want to see Greg move some weight. I just want to see Greg make some gains. I want to see if Greg is as strong as he says he is. Yeah. That's funny. I'm not saying you guys really think that way. I'm projecting. Oh, man. That's funny. Funny! Thank you, miss. Right. Do you like NASCAR for NASCAR? Or do you just want to see somebody crash? Thank you, Art. Matthew. Good people, thank you. Honestly, after that live, I feel like we can all go home now. We can stop the show early. Just everybody sign out. And we'll just pick... Oh, look! It's Sweet Amy. I'm just joking. I'm not really signing off. Hey, how come Sweet Amy isn't a moderator yet? We have to make Sweet Amy into a mod too. Sweet Amy. My phone's a little... There we go. Add. Standard. I was listening to church with Jesse Lee Peterson earlier, yes. I listened to the first 30, 40 minutes. But I know if I'm listening to that, I can't do this at the same time. For one, I can't multitask. No. It's because this is the phone I use to record. And I can't listen to him on my other phone out here because there's no internet out here. There's no modem. But this phone, I can use my data to get internet in the garage. So I can't record with I can't go live on my other phone out here because I can't get internet on it. Oh, look. Sweetheart and Sweet Amy are here. At the same time? Whoa. To what do I owe the honor, ladies? Sweetheart, this is Sweet Amy. Sweet Amy, Sweetheart. For those who don't know, these two ladies are the sweetest two ladies I've ever met on the internet since I've been on YouTube. Since 2008. No one is more sweet. What up, Corey? Happy birthday, sir. No one is more sweet than these two. We're going to make Corey a mod next. Standard. You still talk about NASCAR? Greggatron, I've never heard of anyone watching that. Yeah, they do. It's for the hype of it. They go for the excitement of the crash. Trust me. Everybody is a mod, Sweet Amy. Everybody and they mama. Except for baby Jessica's daddy. It's true. I need more water. That's the second water bottle I've gone through. Neither one of them was full, but still. When it's 80 degrees, 81 now, I have a temperature or a thermometer right there on the wall. It tells you. Whenever it's 80 plus degrees, shout out to the water. Greg, get in that paint. You let your arms cool down? I guess. I'm talking to you guys while my chest cools down. That's right. Yes, finally I am glad you're here. Yeah, you guys need to become acquainted because you two are just the sweetest. It's funny because weeks ago I went live and somebody asked, is that Sweet Amy? And it was Sweetheart. Someone said, are they the same person? I'm like, no. They're two totally different people. And they're like, what? That's incredible. That's insane. So fast forward, I made a video called Special Shout Out to All the Good Ladies. And those two are both mentioned in it. That way I could distinguish and differentiate between the two sweet ladies. Also that way they could find one another, become acquainted. And it wasn't just for those two, but it was Jazz, Terry, Adriana Flowers, Marissa J, and others. The ladies, the good ladies. But anyway, they were two of them. I'm glad you two are finally meeting. That just made my day. You two becoming acquainted makes my day more so than lifting that heavy weight just now. I mean, this is like beautiful. But you guys keep talking. I'm going to get my third water bottle. All right. Now, why don't I put these dumbbells back up while I'm at it? Oh. But yeah, 20 reps. That's pretty good. 20 reps of 80s. And I was only asking for 12. I almost did 21 reps, but that's really good. I can see emojis. It must be Sweetheart. Artie Art Too Smart got some emojis of himself. Greg's milkshake brings all the girls. Yeah, they do. What they know about them milkshakes? They don't know about Deet. Good one, Art. Show do. When I was a kid, I didn't even know what that song meant. I thought that song meant the totally opposite of what it was really saying. Like 50 Cent Candy Shop. I'm thinking, well, he's a celebrity, he's a millionaire, he has his own candy shop. He's just selling candy to people. I'll let you lick the lollipop, and there's nothing wrong with this song. He's a businessman. He can sell candy. And then when I got older, I was like, oh, that's what he's saying. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Oh, that's what he's saying. I love how I was so naive as a kid. Sweet Amy says, see ya. You leaving, Sweet Amy? Or is someone else leaving? Milky milkshakes. I know I didn't know. I didn't know what any of those songs meant. Okay. Let me put this stuff back up. I was just talking to my massage therapist about those songs because we're the same age. And all those songs, the word promiscuous girl, I didn't know what the word promiscuous meant. We just sang the song. The other one, I'm a gigolo, spending lots of gold. My mom was like, do y'all know what a gigolo is? We're like, I don't know. We just like the song. But a lot of those songs, we didn't know what they were saying. We just liked the way it sounded. Like, slow motion for me, slow motion for me. My mom said to my brother, slow motion for me? What are they talking about? And my brother was like, Mom, they're talking about dancing. And my mom was like, mm-hmm. Oh, no, they weren't talking about dancing. They were talking about doing something else. What's the other one? David Banner, Play. That song was the biggest cover-up Because if you watch the video to the song Play by David Banner, he was just in the gym doing what I'm doing, personal trainer stuff. So in the song he's saying, run girl, trying to get your body wet. Work that. Let me see something sweat. Well, that's all fine and dandy if it's about fitness and working out. Well, then I discovered the dirty video, the dirty version. I'm like, oh snap. He's saying, girl, trying to get your wet. Work that. But yeah, as a kid, I would have never known that. I would have never put that together. That's what he was really saying. It's called David Banner. Well, I shouldn't say it out loud because there's kids listening. The homie Rico, his son watches my channel. I don't want him to see it, but man, I was a kid. I was hit. Rico, your son is like 10, 11. That's around the same age I was when I was watching 50 Cent and stuff. You know. And today they got social media, so they're going to figure it out on their own, but I don't want to traumatize the kids any more than they're already traumatized. Even songs from my day have hidden me. Oh, yeah. But in your day, they were more subtle. Now, over the years, over the decades, they become more out in the open with it, and they're more bold with it. Pour some sugar on me ain't about bacon either. I bet it ain't. What about Too Short? Shake that. Yeah. So the word monkey, the first time I heard it in that context was T-Pain and E40. Girl, I've been shaking and stinking and moving, trying to get to you and that booty. And then he says, trying to get to you and that monkey. But we didn't know he was saying the word monkey, not per se. Because my sister was like, he's not saying monkey, he's saying mokin. We're like, mokin? What's mokin mean? But at one point we knew he was saying the word monkey, but we didn't know what monkey meant. It's like, we got ladies here, so I don't want to be too vulgar, but you know the word camel? Camel, you know what? Like, that's just one of those words that you wouldn't know unless you hang out with a specific demographic of people. Like when you start working a job and you're the youngest one on the crew and everybody around you was in their 40s and 50s, pushing 60, they speak a certain language that you don't hear as a kid growing up. So when they say these things, you're like shocked because it's so new to you. And then later when you hear certain music, you're like, oh, that's the same word that those guys at my job used to use to describe X, Y, and Z. But prior to all this, when you're a kid, hearing it in music, you don't think anything of it because it doesn't register to your mind until it actually applies to your life. And then you're like, oh, that's what a gigolo is. Oh, that's what promiscuous means. Oh, that's what the candy shop is. I love being a kid, man. Just being so naive, and I loved it, man. Because you're naive, but you don't know you're naive. You're innocent, but you don't know you're innocent. And then when you hear the stuff as an adult, you look back like, whoa, I'm so glad I wasn't traumatized in the wrong way by that music, because we weren't, because in many cases it was just playful. It's only traumatizing when it's like the violent type of hardcore music that gets into your spirit, that makes you want to like fight people. That's different. I'm talking about the fun, the T-Pain, E40, that type of music. You know, LOL. Sorry you had to work with. Not you. This is before you. You know who I'm referring to. I'm talking about the people I worked with prior to working with you. That group of people. they used to say things that I'm not going to repeat here because I got kids listening now, but I'm 17, 18 years old, and I'm around a bunch of guys who are basically, you know what I mean, but hearing this as an 18-year-old, 17-year-old, it's like, it's low-key traumatized. And then, that's how I started cursing, actually. I worked this job when I was a kid, because prior to that, I didn't really cuss. But the job I worked at that point, everybody cussed. Like, everybody cussed. Everybody said mother lover. Everybody said mother lover. So after I left that job, now I'm saying mother lover. And then one time I was at the job, and their old supervisor stopped by to visit. So we're all sitting around talking stuff. We're not talking stuff, we're talking S. Well, every other word out of his mouth, the old supervisor, the old boss, who was now retired, it was, that mother lover. It's like every other word, right? So after he leaves, because we got to go back to work, so my current boss was like, hey man, it's always a pleasure to see you. They shake hands. We'll talk again. We'll see you next time. Okay. Yeah, take care. He leaves. One of the other guys was like, he looks at me and says, this is why we cuss. He said, this is why we cuss, because he used to say that all the time. Their old boss. Now they're doing it. Then I was doing it. It's like, it's weird, man. But when I'm at home, I wouldn't talk like that around my parents. But when you're on the job, amongst each other, and it's not just the word mother lover, it's like that crazy talk, like the vulgar stuff. Sweetheart is here, so I ain't gonna say it out loud, but y'all know that type of language that men use in the privacy and comfort of other men. They call it locker room talk. That talk. The talk that I would never say around Sweetheart or Sweet Amy, but y'all know what I'm saying. Art started this when he said, Greg's milkshakes bring all the girls to the yard. Art, you started this. I was being peaceful this whole stream until you showed up. Oh, man. But yeah, that is a benefit to being a man working with all men. It's like, it's kind of like being in the barbershop. You can just talk that stuff. And for the most part, everybody's cool, but when you're with the ladies, you kind of got to tone it down because they're not into all that locker room talk. Or they think you're talking about them even when you're not. You know, it's just different. That's why when I go to the barbershop, I prefer all male barbers. Because when there's female barbers, now you got to like keep it PG. And granted, the ladies, they cuss up a storm too, but when you start talking about that you know what talk in the barbershop, it's like it makes certain people uncomfortable. But we're not saying it to make anybody uncomfortable. We're just talking. But I used to go to this one barbershop. I go wherever my barber goes. Well, anyway, he was at this shop, and there was a female barber in charge. So we never really talked that men talk, that locker room talk when we were in her shop. Not because she told us not to, but just out of courtesy for the ladies. And it was like a half barbershop, half beauty salon. It was like 50-50. So half of the people in there, if not more, were ladies anyway. So I'm like, man, I don't know, man. There's just certain spaces that should just be men. Like construction sites. You know, people should be on the construction job. They should be able to talk stuff and smoke a cigarette from time to time. Because the job I work at now, it's like when I'm with my guys, sometimes we'll talk stuff. But when I'm in a different setting at the same job, depending on which department I'm around, I'm like, all right, let me tone it down. I mean, I can control myself on that level, but I'm just saying it's nice to be around your own. The motorcycles are out. The birds are out, the squirrels, and the motorcycles. You don't go to the one downtown with the bar. No. Sure don't. Oh, I can remember one supervisor who was always changing every conversation. Yeah. He was, man. And that's the crazy thing. When I first come to work, I'm rated G. And if anyone takes it to PG, I might take it to PG myself. But I don't go beyond that personally. Now, other people like who Don's talking about, Dr. Pyro, other people, they'll make it vulgar because they want to pull me into their vulgarity. Which is fun sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, dude, like you're forcing the vulgarity. Like, you're not just saying that's what she said. You're going deep into the vulgarity. I shouldn't say the word deep. But yeah, this one dude who we used to work with, like, dude was terrible when it came to that. Like, he loved it though. He loved for stuff to be vulgar. I'm like, dude, we're not even thinking about that. That's what you're thinking. I can't repeat what I want to say to you guys, but he would say some stuff. It'd be a Monday morning. And then here he comes talking about, oh, hey, Greg, how was your weekend? Did you get some over the weekend? I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? But he would like try to get me to say stuff like, oh, Greg, how many pounds does she weigh? I'm like, I didn't even tell you anything yet. Like, and this guy here, you couldn't tell him certain things because if you told him anything, he would take it and he would remember it and he would run with it years later. Whoa, you remember you told me a story about such and such. I'm like, what? Yeah, you told me that you did such and such with so-and-so, and like, I don't even remember telling this man this. But this mug has a memory like no other. And then one time, I told him this one story about something I did crazy over one of the weekends. Anyway, our boss stops by for whatever reason. My supervisor then mentioned it to my boss. Oh, did Greg tell you what he did over the weekend? He's like, no, he didn't tell me. Oh, you're not going to believe this. Greg says such and such happened with so-and-so and such. I was like, yo, I told you that story. If I wanted to tell him, I would have told him. Oh, well, I mean, you like telling stories and everything, don't you? I'm like, yeah, but not to the whole world. So then my future supervisor, he had told me, stop telling him stuff. He said, don't tell him anything. Because basically he would run with it and joke about it and laugh about it. Which the stories were funny and true, but I only like to tell a story if I'm the one telling it. But if I tell a story to you, don't be telling our boss. And then I told him one day, I said, that's not even what I said. I didn't say that. Yeah, you did. You told me. I'm like, no, man, you're messing the whole story up. Stop telling my stories. These are my stories, man. So that's kind of one reason why I have a YouTube channel. That way I can tell y'all my own stories from my own mouth. And y'all don't twist it. Because this man here, he would twist every damn thing. Excuse me. See, now I'm cussing. He would twist every gosh dang thing. Like, this dude, he was a trip. Oh my gosh, he was a trip. Reggie Jackson is here. What's up? What up, my boy? Pretty much, Art, that's what my supervisor was see, I can't tell you 100% of what I'm talking about, but you got to read between the lines. So when I told my supervisor a story about something I did over the weekend, then the following weekends he would ask me and be like, oh, how many pounds did she weigh? How tall was she? I'm like, get out of here, man. So that's why my other boss was like, stop telling him stuff. What up, Tar Baby Yoda? Greg, how did you get hooked onto the BB? I can't answer that, man. I don't even know. I mean, I don't like I don't like big women just because they're big. I like women who have some shape. I like the shapeliness. And I like for there to be some meat on their bones. I don't want you to be anorexic. You know what I mean? But no, I don't just chase BBWs, Art. It's not like that. That's not the case. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that because Sweetheart's here. But yeah, ain't nothing wrong with big old women. Ain't nothing wrong with it. See, you trying to get me to say some stuff. Yeah. What up? Yeah, Art's trying to make me dig deep into the past of Greggatron. But ain't nothing wrong with big old women. Ain't nothing wrong with it. And I don't want to say the cliche, oh, she can cook, oh, she can keep you warm at night. That's dumb. Give me something real. If you're a decent woman and you're heavy set, you have the capacity to lose weight. That's why we're in the gym right now, right? And I had a girlfriend. That's a good point, Art. I had a girlfriend who was 5'9", and she was kind of heavy. Long story short, we broke up for whatever reason, but after we broke up, she actually lost a lot of weight. When I see her years later, I'm like, what the? Like, how come you didn't look this good when I was with you? No, but we didn't break up because she was big. I can't remember. I think she said she was going to move anyway. Yeah, she was moving, and we didn't want to do the long distance thing anyway. And it was one of those relationships that weren't going to work anyway. But anyway, she came to town one time, and she's like, hey, I'm in town. You want me to visit? I was like, yeah, stop by. Because we were still cordial. We didn't hate each other or anything like that. We ended on good terms. It was amicably. So anyway, she came to visit one time, and I'm like, yo. And this is before Ozempic. She actually put work in the gym. I'm like, yo, you look great. And she's like, thanks. She looked really good. And like I said, she was 5'9". So the weight she lost, her body was like perfect after that. Because all of her weight was now in the right places. Whereas before she was chunky in certain areas. But anyway, she was heavy at one point, but I wasn't attracted to her because she was heavy. I remember liking her because she had real good skin. She had real dark, chocolatey skin. Like, really beautiful skin. And she was tall. You know what I'm saying? So if you're... Let's just throw a random weight out there, Art. Since you want to talk about it so much. Since you want to talk about it. If you're a woman and you're... Let's just say... Let's just throw out 250. Yeah, it sounds heavy. But if you're 5'9", you'll be aight. Cause I'm 220 something myself. So if you're a woman and you're a little shorter than me and you're 30 pounds over me, whatever. Now, if you're 5 foot and you're 250, now we have a problem. Get it? Because now your weight isn't being displaced anywhere. It's all in one place. You're built like a beach ball at that point. But if you're 5'9", you're 250, hey, it is what it is. But that's why I make videos like this when I'm in the gym, because I want to inspire the ladies too. Because the ladies, they have the capacity to lose weight, train, diet, be active, etc. You know what I'm saying? So it's all full circle as to why we're here in the gym. I'm glad Tar Baby Yoda is here. I know Tar Baby Yoda. Okay, ain't a lady till they hit 220. So, okay. So Dr. Pyro told me a joke back when we worked together. This is just one of those men jokes. And Sweetheart, you have a good sense of humor. You'll like this one. Because Sweetheart's cool. I shouldn't be walking on eggshells on my own channel over Sweetheart. Because she cool. She cool. I just was earlier because she was new to the channel, but she's been around for a little while now. She's warmed up to me. Anyway, Dr. Pyro told me this joke. You remember this one? It's like, when she turns 40, trade her in for 220s. I always like that one. But if you say that around the wrong woman, she'll be like, I can't believe you said that. That's not funny. I can't believe you think that. It's a joke. When she turns 40, trade her in for 220s. But I don't really believe this. It's just a joke. Ladies want equal treatment. Right, ladies want equal treatment, but then when you tell them the guy jokes, the same jokes you would tell a man, they're like, I can't believe you said that. That's gross. That's vulgar. That's terrible. I'm just treating you the same way I would treat my homie. Oh, man. But Art started all this. I was keeping it PG, then Art showed up, talking about BBWs. Is BBW beautiful black woman or big beautiful woman? And then they got something called BBL. That's Brazilian butt lift. That's when they go across the border to get surgery. I call it fix-a-flat. They put fix-a-flat in their booties. And that stuff gets all... It looks unnatural because it makes the booty cheeks just be hanging like a sack of potatoes, just swinging. It doesn't look natural. Yes, I do. And I'm chilling. Yeah, Sweetheart, you have a good sense of humor. And I listen to your little voice messages in the comment section. So when you listen to Sweetheart in the comments, you're like, yeah, she cool. I can't tiptoe. I only tiptoe on my channel because there's kids listening. Because Dr. Pyro, his grandkids, some of them watch my channel. My niece and nephew, they might watch it. And the homie Rico, his son, he watches. And he's around the same age as my niece, 11 or 12. So that's why I keep it clean. For the kids, not for the adults. Because we adults, we've already been traumatized by language and music and different things, our family. So we're already gone. Like, there's no saving us. But the kids, we gotta save the kids, man. We gotta save the children. Yeah. Every time I start a video, I should be like, this video is meant to be PG at best. Viewer discretion is advised. If any child is traumatized or offended in the making of this video, that was not Greggatron's intention. Enjoy. And then the video starts. That's going to be my intro. Instead of me saying this, instead of doing that, it's going to be like viewer discretion is advised. Oh man. Booty butt lift. Yeah. Booty butt cheeks. They try to lift them up knowing that stuff doesn't look right. I saw this one woman, in all honesty, I don't even know if it was a woman. I was in Chicago, right? I was at some chicken joint. I think it was, oh no, it wasn't. It was White Castle. I'm at White Castle in Chicago, and this creature walks in. The legs are like this. Chicken legs. Well then, so the legs are like this. Then the booty goes like this. Like the letter P. But the legs were tiny. Toothpick legs. And sometimes when you see like a train wreck or the NASCAR wreck that we talked about earlier, you can't help but see it. So you know how you just see stuff out of the corner, you're not really looking, you just see it, you're like, you're just looking around, you're eating your food, whatever. Or I wasn't eating at the restaurant, I was waiting in line for my food to get done. Anyway, this person walks in. I say this person because to this day, I don't know what it was. And this is like 15 years ago. So the whole BBL thing wasn't as prevalent as it is now. Yeah, I got family in Chicago. My mom was born in Chicago. So anyway, this person walks in, orders food, and I'm like in the background like, but you know how you see something weird or bizarre and you don't want to look away? You're like, but you try to be occupied with something else. Like, let me look on my phone and pretend I'm scrolling, even though I'm not. You just want to see the train wreck. So you look like 2 or 3 times like, this is insane. These BBLs are out of control. And I say I don't know if it was a man or a woman because this person did not look feminine. All I remember, there was a BBL. I'm like, men are not supposed to look like this. This can't be a man. But women aren't supposed to look like this either. It's not feminine. It's not masculine either. It looked like a creature. It was probably, well, I don't want to say that. I ain't trying to offend nobody. But yeah, it was different. But I bring that up because you got BBLs now. You got, what's that other one? Ozempic. So Ozempic, that's the new one now where everybody's getting Ozempic. Press 1 if you think Greggatron should marry Galiincali, carry her over the threshold and put it, here we go, Yoda. But damn it, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, BBLs and Ozempic. See, had I continued to read that comment, I would have totally forgot where I was going with this. But there's all kind of stuff now. Ozempic, which everybody and their mom is getting. Some men are getting that too, like Governor Pritzker. I think he has it. I still call him Fat Boy because he lost weight, but he cheated. He had that cheat code to lose weight. I mean, Governor Pritzker, he could have came over here. I could have trained him in Greg's gym for a reasonable price. You're the governor. I would have trained your fat self, even though I don't like your politics. But everybody's getting Ozempic now. I'm like, people, like, I understand the food now is poison. They put certain things in our food to make us addicted to the food, certain chemicals. chemicals that we don't understand. Kind of like how they put nicotine in cigarettes to make you addicted to the cigarettes. There's chemicals in the food that make you want to keep eating even after your body's actually full. You've been full 5 minutes ago, but thanks to the chemicals in the food, your body thinks, I'm not full yet. I want to keep on eating. So I get it. People are now overeating, and I can't just blame the food, but it's a mental thing thanks to the chemicals. I blame the food and the people for not having discipline. So they use this Ozempic stuff now because they can't control their eating, and they just don't look right. Take this water bottle, right? Let's just say this water bottle is an obese person. With the Ozempic, it does this. So you can still see fat just dangling. It don't look right. And when women do it, I'm like, you look better off when you were fat. And that's why I'm glad Art brought up the BBW thing, because my ex-girlfriend, at one point, she was heavy, but when I saw her again when she came to visit, she did not look like she had Ozempic. For one, Ozempic wasn't a thing back then, but two, I could tell that she had been in the gym, exercising, dieting. So she lost weight the right way, and I could tell just by looking at her. Now, I know other women today, who I know personally, they get that Ozempic stuff, and they don't look right. It's hard to explain, but it's like, you know what they used to look like when they were fat, but the areas that are no longer fat, it looks like shrunk in. You know what I mean? Because if you just lost weight, you would still have some skin hanging. Because I know guys who lost weight and they still kind of got that turkey neck going. Whereas the Ozempic thing, there's no turkey neck, there's no arm fat, there's none of that. And then I heard somewhere that you can get your fat after you lose weight. They can laser that stuff off. My point is, I don't trust Ozempic for one, but my main point is everybody's getting that stuff and no one wants to train anymore. Like we talked about earlier, y'all would rather, not y'all, but these people would rather go to the gym to make YouTube videos and content, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. They'd rather do that than actually go to the gym itself and train hard. These are the same people who believe in Ozempic. The same people. Y'all lazy? Not you guys. You guys are the good people. But y'all lazy and y'all don't want to put the work in. Because my ex-girlfriend, she could tell you, yeah, I went to the gym. I've been hitting the gym, Greg. She would tell you. And I believe it. So that's the difference between people who train and people who just cheat. Like, that's such a cop-out, taking Ozempic. That's like putting a nicotine patch on your arm instead of just putting the cigarettes down. Like, you're not really doing anything. The nicotine patch is just a substitute, but you still want to smoke cigarettes. Ozempic, you don't really want to lose weight. I mean, you do, you just don't want to put the work in. To me, that's like plagiarism. You know how in school they teach you, don't plagiarize. Make sure you cite your sources. Make sure you have a works cited page. And if you didn't have a works cited page or cite your source, that's called plagiarism because you're taking other people's stuff. Essentially, that's what that is. You're just taking someone else's invention and using it for evil because you're lazy. But the people who came up with Ozempic, they're making a fortune off of those people. Because they know people are too lazy and they know they don't want to go to the gym and exercise and diet. So on one end, the food is poison. The food makes you want to overeat because the chemicals, that's an industry in itself. The food industry. Then on the other hand, they give you Ozempic. Motorcycles are out. On the other hand, they want to give you Ozempic and make money off of you in that way. So it's like an infinite sign of poison between the food and the Ozempic. And there's other stuff out there, not just Ozempic. We are screwed, folks. We are screwed. Because I see kids, my family members, my friends' kids, young kids, a lot of them, they're too young to be overweight. I'm like, why does he or she look so big at the age of 10 or 11? It's because that food, bro. In the 90s and early 2000s, the food was still bad, but it wasn't as bad and addicting as it is today. And don't get me wrong, kids today, they don't go outside anymore. They do play PlayStation all day. I get that. But at the same time, you still got to look at the food they're eating. And the parents be fat. So when the parents are fat, you know the kids are going to be fat. But yes, we had a better balance in the 90s and early 2000s because we were actually outside. So maybe the food was the same. Maybe we were just outside more. Or maybe the food's gotten worse. Hopefully RFK Jr. figures it out. Because someone needs to figure this stuff out. Pesticides are natural, says Yoda. The best peptide. Oh, peptides. I thought you said pesticides. Which, those are natural too. Peptides are optional for burning fat. Chemical weight loss can be healthy. I mean, yeah, dieting is chemicals because there's chemicals in your food. So depending on what you're eating, yes, chemicals are good for weight loss. I agree. Oh, Art said he's trolling. Okay, what are y'all talking about? Greg, your legs are on Ozempic. Oh, only because at work I do a lot of walking. But I did do some leg work. I think the last time I went live, or the time before. Yeah, Governor Skur, his workout is Krispy Kreme. Yeah. Who's that other guy who ran for president? Chris Christie. They used to call him Krispy Kreme. People look so unhealthy. Yeah, they do when they're on that stuff. I don't like it, bro. Not just for the sense that they're cheating, Matthew. I don't think it's right because it's so unnatural. It's the equivalent of a bodybuilder being on steroids. Why are you on steroids? It's like you're on steroids and you're not even competing for a bodybuilding show. You're just strong on these drugs for no reason. That's what it reminds me of. Because it's so unnatural. It makes you look like an alien from outer space. It's crazy, man. And there's people who are actually convinced, oh, I heard about that Ozempic stuff. I heard about the blue pill. I heard about that pill. Like, y'all are being convinced by outside sources that this is a good thing. Remember in the early 2000s, in the 90s, remember those 1-800 commercials? 1-800-888. Whatever the number is. Buy this product. It's wonderful. And they would say things like, it's that simple. It's so easy. Remember those commercials with like jewelry and household appliances? And I used to wonder as a kid, like, do people actually buy this stuff? Do people actually call these 188 numbers? Because that was so far-fetched. I'm like, no one's going to buy that. 188, whatever. 1-800 whatever. Like even the JG Wentworth commercial, 877 cash now. As a kid, that was like a joke to me. But today, shout out to JG Wentworth. But today, people are convincing themselves to take this stuff, and it's not even on a 1-800 commercial anymore. It's social media and different ways of marketing. I just couldn't raise myself to fall for something like that, especially after seeing other people who are on it. Like, it's one thing when, like, you have bad eyes like me and they're like, you should get laser surgery and these are the effects and you'll be able to see, you won't need glasses. It's one thing because it wouldn't change anything for me in the sense that my eyes. But when your whole body transforms into something different, I don't trust that. And I honestly don't even trust the laser surgery, to be honest. But at least the laser surgery just affects that one thing. And I told my eye doctor, I just want to do more research on it because I was asking her about it. Because the laser surgery thing, that's like an ongoing thing. That gets better and better and better over time. So I can see myself getting the laser surgery 10, 15 years from now. But Ozempic, if you get Ozempic, your whole body is going to be trashed for the rest of your life. If you get Ozempic and then you end up going to the gym afterwards to like build muscle, your body still ain't going to look right. You're going to look like a freak. Oh, man. Just come on, people. Be as natural as possible, please. If you have an ailment or an issue, try to solve that problem as natural as possible without crazy surgeries. It's not like you got into a car crash and now you need a shoulder surgery or you need your elbow worked on or something like that tragic. That's different. That's an accident. You can change your body from overeating to undereating. Calories in, calories out, supply and demand. You had a surplus of calories. Okay. Well, now just make a deficit of your calories. You can do that without getting Ozempic. Sometimes I advertise stuff on my channel. I'll say shout out to this or that. But when it comes to Ozempic, I'm doing the opposite of advertising. I don't want y'all to get on that stuff. But like when I'm holding like my Simply Lemonade when I'm advertising, I'm endorsing that because I love Simply Lemonade. What's the opposite of endorsing something? Disavowing? I disavow Ozempic. I don't care if the feds come knocking on my door. I don't care. Somebody kicks my door down tomorrow morning. Are you Greg? I'm not going to say my last name. Let's just say my last name is Smith. Are you Greg Smith? Yeah. We need you to come with us. What? I'm not going anywhere. We heard you on the internet yesterday talking bad about Ozempic. Sir, please come with us. I'm not going with y'all. Then they tase me. I wake up in a chair. Got duct tape on my feet and my hands. Then they pull the tape off. Then they grab my phone, or they grab a phone. Is this you? Is this you live on YouTube yesterday at 3 o'clock p.m.? I'm like, man, I don't even know that dude. No, 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 I wouldn't say that. I'd be like, yeah, that's me. And what made you think it was a good idea to be disavowing Ozempic? Do you know how much money we're going to lose? I'm like, y'all ain't going to lose that much money. Only 6 or 7 people were watching. We're going to have to shut you down. Oh, you're going to cancel me? They're going to be like, oh no, we're not going to cancel you. You're done. You're never going to be on YouTube again, buddy. How dare you badmouth Ozempic? I'm sorry. I thought I was on YouTube longer than Ozempic was even invented. That's my freedom of speech. I can talk about Ozempic. I'm not talking about Trump, and I'm not talking about Epstein, and I'm not talking about the war, and I'm not talking about crazy stuff. I'm talking about health. Y'all see I'm in the gym, right? It's a gym stream. I can talk about health, gosh dang it. Straight up. They got it twisted. I wish somebody would come to my door talking about come with us. I'm going to be like, officer, I must warn you, I have swords inside this house. And then they're like, get him! And then they tackle me. I'm just warning you I have swords for your own protection. I don't even know who these people are. They didn't identify themselves or anything. All I know is my door's getting kicked down because I was talking about Ozempic. And then the feds show up. I'm like, hey man, let me talk to Cash Patel, man. What? Come get your people, man. Oh man. Okay, let's see. What's up, Terry? Hey Yoda, happy Sunday. Health. Tell him to bring a warrant. Yeah. That's another thing. If the feds are watching my channel, sup in the face. If the feds are watching my channel, and I doubt it because it's not a very big channel, and I kind of like it that way. If the feds are watching my channel and listening, they know I have swords. I keep swords in the background in my videos. So you better come with a warrant. You know what I'm saying? You better come with a warrant. Talking about, I heard you were talking against Ozempic. And last I checked, Ozempic is not. It said reconnecting. If you didn't hear that, I was just saying, Ozempic is not God. I can talk about Ozempic. You mean to tell me all these fruits and vegetables are on the planet and we're not supposed to eat them? Just bypass all that and just go to Ozempic. Okay, then how come when I was a kid they kept telling me, drink your milk, drink your milk, eat your vegetables, eat your broccoli, eat your carrots. Remember at school when legally they had to give you your fruit and then all the kids would throw their fruit in the garbage? You can't tell me all this fruit that grows from the ground, fruit and vegetables, or from trees, or what have you, corn. You can't tell me that God gave us all this stuff to eat naturally. You're gonna ignore all that, huh, and go straight to Ozempic. Really? Last I checked, God invented fruit and vegetables. God invented that. God did not invent Ozempic. And then the other side of that coin, see how I like to go back and forth. The other side of that coin is, well, Greg, marijuana was made by God too. Yeah? But I don't really advocate for weed, or I don't disavow or avow weed. Because I don't do it personally, but I don't really speak on marijuana like that because I'm not. If you're a pothead, I don't really care. But I'm talking about Ozempic because you just look different, which weed makes you feel different and function different and operate different. So I guess you can make that comparison. Well, weed is from the earth. God invented weed too. Yeah, but you guys are taking the joke too far. You guys are getting carried away with this weed thing. They took weed so serious, they made gummy bears out of it. They made the Flintstone vitamins into gummies. Give me a break. Get out of here. It's been 2 hours and I haven't done but one workout. One exercise. This is shameful. Okay. Don't walk as much now, sweetheart. My old beat up body doesn't work well. Yeah. Dr. Pyro's getting kind of old. Oh yeah, Art. I've been at swords. Ben had him. Read my comment, bro. I put a lot in. Okay. Let's see, Yoda. Let's see. Greg Jenkins. We already know. Who is Greg Jenkins? Would you play your song For the Love of James Hake? You mean the song that Pinocchio made me? I can't play it in here because this is my only phone out here. I could play it once I go back into the house. If that's what you're referring to. Sweetheart says I walk 8 miles all week. 4 miles to, and then 4 back. So do you walk to work? And I walk to close by stores. Okay, good. Good. I knew you were healthy, sweetheart. Imagine, says Tar Baby Yoda, imagine Greggatron with a pineapple haircut on top of his head. It wouldn't even look right. Not at all. And then Matthew said there's all types of health problems. Yeah. Yeah, sweetheart. Talking about pineapples. There's so many fruits and I'm just saying fruits and vegetables as an example because they're supposed to be healthy, which there's a lot of sugar in fruit too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just using that as a prime example because we all know it to be healthy, quote unquote. So there's all these different fruits and vegetables, quote unquote, you can eat that are supposed to be good for you. Smoothies, different things, or just cut back on your normal calorie intake. You want to bypass all that and say, you know what? I think Ozempic's a good idea. And what kills me is Ozempic makes probably a fortune off of those people. Because many of them, I know them. Like, I see them. So I'm like, if this many people who I know personally are on Ozempic, that means I'm sure there's a lot of people in America who are on it. Because I'm just talking about the people in my circle, let alone the people in the United States. That's interesting to me. A cheat code. I used to think cheat codes were for video games. But you can actually have a cheat code in real life. Just say, Doc, I need some help. I need you to cause me to lose 30 pounds. Can you do that? And the doctor's like, yeah. Now there's a show called I call it my 600 pound wife. But it's my 600 pound wife with an L. And the doctor's name was Doctor Who. His whole thing was, well, we can't give you the surgery until you lose a certain amount of weight first. Because if we do the surgery now, it could kill you. So at least he tried to make them disciplined enough to try to lose some weight on their own. Because if you're 600 pounds, like, surgery ain't going to help you, right? So his whole thing was, well, if you're 600 now, we can't have this surgery till you're 450. Deal? And sometimes they would do it, sometimes they wouldn't. You know, some people just have to learn the hard way. And your body's only going to suffer, like how Dr. Pyro just said his body's getting older and slower. Right, but for the most part, he was healthy throughout his life. So you have my permission. You can slow down now, because you're almost 70. You're close to my dad's age. My dad just turned 70 last month. You're a couple years younger than he is, right? So you have my permission to slow down. But people my age, 30s, 40s, 20s, we have no excuse to be taking Ozempic. Like, we're supposed to be in our prime. I don't get it, man. Speaking of being in prime, let's do a set of incline chest flies with dumbbells. Did I read your comment, Yoda? That's why fat white women love black guys, because they'll try to get it in there. Yeah, they will, Yoda. Yeah, they will. I'm glad Sweetheart is here, because I'd be curious what Sweetheart thinks of this stuff. That means more than you know. Oh, she's talking to someone else. But yeah. Terry, have you met Sweetheart before? If you haven't met her yet, meet. Alright, you guys keep talking, keep acquainting, and I'm going to do a different exercise on the bench with the dumbbells, chest flies. I'm just going to use 20. Oh yeah, this is Sweetheart, Terry. You got to meet Sweetheart. She's great. She's wonderful. But I'm going to do some chest flies with 20-pound dumbbells, which is not much. But I'm going to arch all the way out to get a good stretch, get those good pterodactyl wings going, and then squeeze real hard together when I connect. Tar Baby, who are you talking about? Terry, what's Tar Baby saying? When I was a little younger, when my niece was younger, she's 11 now, but when she was little, like 2, 1.5, she still has some leftover baby talk. She was speaking, but there was still some baby talk left behind. So I just say to her, like, what are you saying? What are you saying? Or I say, what are you trying to tell me? Now my nephew, I'll do it with him too. He's 6 now. But when he was like 4 or 5, and I do it to troll him. I know what he's saying for the most part. But I'll still say sometimes, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's Tar Baby Yoda. What's Tar Baby saying? I still got the baby voice going. Yeah, you're notorious for that. Tar, only you say. Only you would say that. So is Yoda saying Sweetheart is thick and bootylicious? Is that what he... Yoda, don't call Sweetheart sweet and bootylicious. Well, Sweetheart's a big girl. She can defend herself. Because he can't scare you off now because you're already a part of the program. But yeah. Let's see here. Greggatron would rip his opponent's pineapple top, pump off a Mandango fight. Yeah? Baby voice is undefeated, says Terry. You be killing me with that. And here we are. I actually thought about doing a Terry impersonation, like maybe not even a year ago, but I was like, it's hard to do a Terry voice. Terry says the word like a lot. Like, and here we go. Here we are. We are exploring the North Mall in Portland, Oregon. We are observing the Communist Party regime. They had a video today or yesterday where she's like, most communists are antisocial, yet they still have to organize, but it doesn't work because they don't get along. That's how Terry talks. That's the best Terry impersonation you'll get from me. Certain voices I can do better than others, but I'll have to work on my Terry. I've done the Hake impersonation before. Hake says guys a lot. Guys. Guys, don't be a communist. Terry said not bad. Yeah, Hake is like, guys, use proper grammar. Don't be a commie. Be a lady. Be a man. Mark, be a man, Mark. Miss Parks, be a lady. Don't curse. Keep it clean, guys. That's Hake. Whereas Terry is more like this. Terry talks like a tiny person. Like she's the size of a Barbie doll. She's just a small action figure. What was that movie, Indian in the Cupboard? You talk like you're the size of like a little action figure. Like, speak up, woman. We can't hear you. Trying to sound all little and sweet and cute. You know when the camera's off, you be yelling at Nero. You be yelling at Nero and Jamie. That's why Jamie and Nero, they combine forces. Because they need all the help they can get. I'm surprised Jamie hasn't called me yet like, hey, Greggatron, Terry's out of control. I need some backup. And then I'm like, put her on the phone. Terry, listen to your husband. Speaking of Ethan Hawke, he texted me last week, or the week before. He's like, hey, Greggatron, I came across this YouTube channel. I can't do an Ethan Hawke impersonation very good. I'm trying. He's like, you know how you read somebody's words and you try to picture, you can kind of visualize how they sound. You can hear them. I guess that's not visualizing, that's audio-lizing. Anyway, Ethan Hawke, a.k.a. JamieRussell, sent me a text message like, hey, Greggatron. That's a good impersonation. Hey, Greggatron. There's this YouTube channel I came across. I guess it's some woman who is family members with some dude he knows. Anyway, he's like, she's kind of cute. You should take a look. I don't know how old she is, but she looks like she's close to your age. Hit her up. I said, appreciate it, my boy. Thanks for thinking of your boy. Anyway, I go to this little YouTube channel with some woman, and she talks about... I didn't get into her channel a lot. She kind of talks about dating a little bit, society a little bit. I like some of her videos, so shout out to Ethan Hawke, but I didn't make myself known. I might have left some comments in the comments section on a couple videos. Anyway, that reminded me of that when I said, I'm surprised Ethan Hawke hasn't given me a call yet. Greg, Terry's out of control, and me and Nero need some help. See, Terry will probably yell at them and then try to use the baby voice to make up for it. Like, sorry, Jamie, I didn't mean to yell and scream and throw pots and pans. And then when she starts the baby voice, we're like, "Aw, that's so nice." She uses the baby voice as a backup, as a cover, so you can't be mad at her. Wouldn't that be something? That's funny. I do not throw pots and pans. Not yet, you don't. Not yet. Wait till Jamie does something you don't like. No. Terry's not a violent person. I'm just playing. But you do yell at Nero. That part is true. Eminem talked about how he'll take a small truth and just stretch it as far as he can to make it sound that much worse. I do that. But I am telling the truth when it comes to you do yell at Nero. That you do. So pretty much Ethan Hawke is the only thing that can protect Nero. Because Nero doesn't deserve that. Nero is a perfect angel. And I can hear Terry now. He's not an angel. You're not around him like I am. If you say so. Pots and pans aren't bad. When they start throwing knives, yeah, that's different then. The hell he don't. See there? Tell Nero to call me. There he is. Nero is dreaming right now on my lap. That's because he's on your lap, sir. He's at peace. But he might not be dreaming on Terry's lap because she traumatized him. He's always going to be on edge from all that yelling and screaming and bickering before you got in the picture. She was always yelling at him. Did I hear frying pans? That's Sweetheart's department. Really? So, Sweetheart, you know how to cook? Cool. No, I was just joking, Corey. This is Terry and Jamie. They got married last November. And I was just making a joke saying... So they have a cat, too, named Nero. I was saying Terry uses the baby voice. Subscribe to Terry, by the way, Corey, if you haven't already. But I was saying Terry will do this little baby voice where she talks like this. She'll do this little baby voice. So it's like you can't be mad at her because she does this little voice where she sounds like a little kid. So she'll probably like yell and scream and then throw pots and pans. And then when the argument's over, she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. She's like, I'm so sorry. I was throwing pots and pans. I'll never do it again. And then Nero was like, what the? And then Jamie's like, I need to take some time off. I need to separate. And then Nero's like, hey, take me with you. Nero's like, don't leave me in this house with this woman. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Y'all know I'm just having some fun. Oh, my rib hurts from laughing. I'm supposed to be in the gym. I'm not supposed to be laughing, having fun. Oh, nah, says Terry. I'm playing. I use frying pans for chicken and fish. Yes, of course. Indeed. Speaking of kitties, Dr. Pyro's, well, can I say your wife's name on my stream? Well, yeah, I've said it before. Her name is Kitty. Shout out to Kitty. I know I'm talking a lot because this water I just drank is now warm. It was cold when I got out of the refrigerator. Man. Alright, let's do another exercise. That's what I was supposed to do. Laughing is the best medicine. Yeah. So don't think I'm laughing at your expense. I'm laughing both with you and at you at the same time. I'm laughing at the predicament. Because we need to protect Nero at all costs. We need to keep him safe. Know what I mean? Even if that means me, Ethan Hawke, Nero, Mr. Mad, Matthew, and others. Even if it means us coming to help Nero. Because he needs all the help he can get. This man has no teeth. How come when Terry goes live, Galiincali be like, well, she calls herself Galiincali now. She'd be like, see, now I gotta do an impersonation of her. She'd be like, everybody, please donate to Terry because she has a cat with no teeth and he's struggling when it comes to eating his dry food. So donate to Terry so she can buy him more wet food. That's not the best impersonation. I can probably do a better Terry than a Galiincali, but I'm working on my voices. I went to the comic book convention last weekend, and I was talking to a voice actor, and I was showing him my voices, and it was cool. I'm not going to say he was like impressed, but we had a moment where we were like sharing voices, going back and forth, and it was fun. Because he's a voice actor for a living, whereas I just make fun of you guys for fun. But just imagine, like, if I got a gig where I'm doing voices on a cartoon somewhere, like, that would be a dream come true. Because my voice in itself is different. It's weird, right? I could actually voice act as myself. Not playing myself, but my voice is very unheard of. Kind of like the Napoleon Dynamite guy. My voice is uncommon. So, if they needed a specific type of character with a specific type of different voice, like, I would jump to audition to be a voice actor. Because they would hear me talking on the screen and they'd be like, whose voice is that? Who talks like that? And then fast forward, they're like, who is Greggatron? Greggatron's a voice actor in Alvin and the Chipmunks. Or whatever. What up? My boy. See, then I can change my voice to being deep when I say sup. Mildly attractive, snake pit, chat-tard. Yes, sir. Voice acting is fun. Now when I talk like that, it gets more scratchy. That's harder to do. Like Young Jeezy when he says, yeah, you making an Afghan, Terry. What? Do the Uncle Ruckus? You already had me do the Uncle Ruckus. I'm not just some puppet on a string. You can't just tell me to do a voice and expect me to do it. Everybody knows I can do an Uncle Ruckus impersonation. Every day, my skin just keeps getting blacker and darker and blacker and darker. That's the opposite of what Michael Jackson's got. Lucky bastard. I heard his movie came out this past weekend. White people, Smell. Oh yeah, like lemon juice. Yeah. He said, I've been cleaning bathrooms for the last 40 years. And white people just don't smell the same as black African. We were talking earlier about keeping it clean. I went into a whole rant and rave about keeping it clean because I really do have kids watching. I'm not saying that because I watched the Hake Report. I really do have kids watching my show. So I can't quote Uncle Ruckus and say what you want me to say. Because we all know Uncle Ruckus keeps it PG-13 to rated R. And he says some words I can't say on this here YouTube. But did you hear my Terry Strange impersonation? That was a decent one. I was thinking about doing a Sweetheart voice. Because her voice is also a little distinct. Hello, Greg. How you doing? She'd be like, hold on. I can't go straight from Uncle Ruckus to Sweetheart. This is Sweetheart. Hello, Greg. How you doing? Just checking on you. I hope everything is well with you and your little motorcycle. You know? Okay. I hope you have a good day at work and everything. And I've been doing my little drawings. She says "lil" a lot. And you know, sometimes a lot. But yeah, I need to listen to Sweetheart more before I do a full-on impersonation. Because I can't really do it justice right now because I haven't heard her talk enough. But yeah, you know how Sweetheart talks. Hello, Greg. How you doing? I hope to see you at Jazz's show. Okay. Have a good day on your little motorcycle. Be safe. Don't get into no motorcycle crash, you know? Oh, man. Horrible. I couldn't help it. I couldn't resist. So I did Sweetheart today, Terry, Galiincali, Uncle Ruckus. Who else? I think that's all the impersonations I did. Oh, I was just talking about at the comic book convention, me and that voice actor were talking about different voices. Why do you say I like a sweet... What? Who is Carl Childers? She's got the... What's that mean, Yoda? What is that? It's a word from a different language. Speak English, son. I'm not familiar. That's all I'm interested in. Speaking clear English, y'all. I don't know what y'all saying. You know, oh, you know what? I haven't seen Sling Blade yet. I actually went to it's a DVD slash Blu-ray slash toy store, and they got comic books and stuff. Excuse me. I went there last month, and I was actually looking for that movie because they had like a deal: buy 5 get 6 free. That's another voice. You could sound like this: 188 77 53 773 888 77. Jesse. I can do voices like that too. It's that simple. All the way from New Mexico. A new product has just hit the streets. Anyway, I was at this DVD shop and they have this buy 5 get 6 free. Basically the cheapest item you get is free. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I see if they have a Sling Blade. I said, can you look that up on your computer? They said, buddy, we got so many movies. They don't have the DVDs in their computer. They just put everything in alphabetical order. A big block of A, a big block of B, so all the way to Z. They only keep the Blu-rays in the computer because there's too many DVDs to track as to, let's say they did have Sling Blade and there's only 2 of them. They're not going to document and keep track of every copy they have, because some of those movies like Underworld, like Star Wars, depending on the movie, Planet of the Apes, there's like tons of them. The Dark Knight, tons of them. So they don't even put the DVDs in their computer anymore. So on the receipt, when you buy a DVD, it'll just say basically DVD times 1 or whatever. But I was definitely looking for Sling Blade when I was there, because people keep telling me about it. But no, I can't do that voice because I haven't seen the movie yet. Or Congos. Sweetheart. Yoda. There you go, chat tart. 888. I can do an okay JLP impersonation. But his voice is also very distinct. And my voice is already very different. So it's hard for my voice to get to his voice. I can talk like Uncle Ruckus to a degree. But it's hard to do a JLP voice. I know his quotes, but to match the voice itself is very challenging. Yeah, Yoda. What the? Why do you care who Sweetheart dates? Leave that woman alone. Dang, y'all be nosy. Y'all be nosy in the chat. And Chat-Tar, he'll admit, I'm only here for the chat. Chat-Tar will tell you to your face. I'm not here to listen to Greggatron. I'm not here to watch any workout video. I'm here for the chat. And I appreciate that, because at least he's honest about it. Chat-Tar doesn't care what I'm saying. He's here for the chat. Bro, I think you can watch Sling Blade on YouTube. See, I don't like watching movies on YouTube. Even YouTube has commercials. You know what I'm saying? I'm only going to watch it if I can get the hard copy, because I hear it's a really good movie, right? So a movie like that, I would want to have the hard copy anyway, just to add to my collection. But I appreciate it. But I didn't forget about Sling Blade. Not just you, but a couple others. One person who I worked with at one point, he mentioned it. And I think I heard it on one of the radio shows too, but I haven't forgot about Sling Blade. If I see it, like The Shining, I haven't seen The Shining yet, but I got it on DVD from Walmart. So The Shining is on my list to watch. And I could watch it tonight since I'm off work. Maybe I will watch The Shining today, because that's supposed to be another classic. But I didn't forget Sling Blade. I don't remember what it's about or what it is. All I know is it's a must-watch, so it's in my head. And it has a really cool name. So with names like that, The Shining, Sling Blade, catchy, cool names like that make me remember. I need to check that out. Do y'all want me to do another set of this, or are we just talking? Because y'all keep talking. Y'all talking about relationships, who's dating who, what type of person does this date and that person, and now we're on DVDs. We've been talking about health. We've been going in today. I ain't gonna lie, we talked about Ozempic. We're talking about voice acting. This is a good live stream. We were talking about Terry and the cat and Ethan Hawke. Sling Blade is a classic, kind of like Shawshank. Okay, I've seen Shawshank Redemption. That's a good one. That movie I hadn't seen until like I was much older. I didn't watch it as a kid. I didn't see that movie till I was like maybe early 20s, maybe mid 20s at best. But yeah, I messed with Shawshank Redemption. But The Shining and Sling Blade I still have not seen yet. Any other movie suggestions while I'm reading the chat? Hey, it goes in different directions for the topics. Yeah, I told you. I mentioned that before. In the face, that's just how it be. I don't know if you were in the chat earlier when you heard me say, I just flow like this. I just flow, right? I was talking about how you mentioned the other day, because somebody asked, what's the topic at hand? What are we talking about? And the face is like, I don't know. I don't have a topic at hand. And I said in the chat, I just flow. I basically just bounce off of what you guys are saying. And I just pick up on that. Oh, I see some more emojis. Here we go. It's Sweetheart. Let's read this. No, I'm playing. She says, this is a fire chat. All good people, all different convos. It's a win-win. See, and I'm glad you got to meet Sweet Amy, by the way. If Sweetheart is saying it's a win-win, it's a win-win. We can pretty much all go home now. We got another water bottle. See, I'm getting excited. I can't speak. We got another water bottle down. We got a win-win situation. We got voice acting going on. We got stories. We got Artie Art talking about BBWs. We're talking about BBLs. We're talking about Ozempic. We're all over the place. That's the best way to do it. Just flow, man. And when people are like trafficking through YouTube, scrolling, when they see you or hear you talk about something fascinating or funny, they're like, ooh, this guy's kind of funny. This is kind of relatable. Kind of like how we were talking about language and profanity and saving the children and different things. Like, all it takes is that one person to catch you live, and they just kind of latch on depending on what you're saying. And I'm not going live specifically to get subscribers, which that comes with the territory. I'm doing it because I haven't done it in a while and to check in with you guys. And it's a beautiful day outside. But yeah, you're right, Sweetheart. This chat is lit. Y'all are lit right now. Stars and emojis flying everywhere. Hearts. I didn't get heart emojis for real until Sweetheart joined the chat. Now it's all lovey-dovey and stuff. So yeah, what'd you think of my impersonation of you? I know it wasn't all there yet, but I'm curious. I read your comment earlier. You said like LOL or something. But from a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, Sweetheart, what would you say was your score for me impersonating you? And Chattar, I would know what your score would be from 1 to 10 for my Uncle Ruckus impersonation. You need to add Latina style to it, and it'd be perfect. I don't speak much Spanish. I know some Spanish. See, that's hard to do because I don't like speak the Latin language on a normal basis. Because y'all roll y'all's R's and that sort of thing differently. I'll have to work on it. We'll put it that way. Like, I like how Jazz talks too. Like when Jazz says, today I ate some bananas in a blender and a smoothie, and I put some peanut butter in there and some apples. I like how Jazz talks. I hope you guys don't think I'm making fun of y'all, because I'm not. But I can only imagine what y'all say about me when I'm not around. I challenge you guys to do a Greggatron impersonation, because that would be fun. Like Ethan Hawke, he did one. When Ethan Hawke is saying, this, look at it. Oh, man. You didn't try as hard. You're saying I could have tried harder? Oh. Roll your S. Says sweet. Okay, so. Okay, like, so she'll say, like, how you doing, my friend? I'm trying to think of S words. How's it go? Seashells, seashells, down by the seashore. Like that. S. Seashells, seashells, my friend, down by the seashore. That's how Sweetheart talks. Give or take. This. Arizona Jake. No. Man. This was supposed to be a workout stream. I swear, I've been talking the whole time except for one moment where I did a lift. Corey said to roll your R's. I did one lift, my boy. 80-pound dumbbells. Almost 21 reps on the incline. But I'm just bouncing off of you guys, man. We were just saying right before you jumped in, for those who don't know, this is Arizona Jake, y'all. And this is Corey, if you haven't met Corey yet, guys. I was supposed to be training, but thanks to you guys, this chat is lit. Really. This is a live A-word, lit A-word, alive chat. More so than, okay, I can go home now. We got Pinocchio's helicopter too. The only person we're missing is Golden Rule TV. Golden Rule TV and Mr. Mad. But everybody else is here. Sweet Amy stopped by. Sweetheart, Corey, Terry, Jamie, Dr. Pyro, Pinocchio, Yoda. I haven't seen Lin Yan Chin in a little while. But for the most part, we're all here. And Jazz. I don't think I've seen Jazz. And the face is here. Yep, there he is. Man. I don't know how you do it, Arizona Jake. Because you do a lot of physical activity when you're in the gym. And you'll get behind in the chat because you're so active. I can't multitask in that way. I can't train and read the chat at the same time. I just can't do it. But I really am enjoying myself. But I'm supposed to be training. So let me do this exercise. And you guys keep talking. If you're just tuning in, Arizona Jake, I'm going to do some chest flies with the 20-pound dumbbells, but I'm going to bring my arms all the way out to get a good stretch. And then when I bring them back in, kind of have my pinkies going in and just squeeze real hard when I connect. That's the plan. We got Pinocchio's helicopter saying what's up to all the good people. So 20-pound dumbbells, all right? And if it's not enough, I'll just use it as a warm-up. Thank God Arizona Jake showed up. Because I would have just kept on talking. That's crazy. Oh. Good stretch. Yeah. Arizona Arizona Jake. I like doing it that way too because it stretches out my back muscles. Good stretch. Even Leonard Brigger Joseph stopped by. And Sheiky Baby. And Galiincali. And Tar Baby Yoda. Yeah. I try to keep my arms straight when I do this. Because I don't want my elbows doing all the work. It's for your chest, not your arms. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. I can feel that in my back and in my neck. I'm trying to make Arnold proud over here. We have to make Arnold proud. Need more water. You guys keep talking. Keep talking. Herschel Walker was a beast when he did MMA. I didn't know Herschel Walker was an MMA fighter. I thought that guy was a football player. You sure he did MMA too? Need water. Actually, I might get a Gatorade this time. I don't know why, man, but sometimes when I train, when I go hard, my neck right here be like, stop. That's why I stopped. Because you see, I stretched before I got started. But I stretched my arms out and whatnot, but like, so how do you stretch your neck before an exercise? I mean, the neck was never a muscle group that I stretched prior to doing a workout. I just don't do that. You stretch arms and legs. But it's like lately, I guess I gotta stretch my neck too. I worked a job yesterday. I was talking to this dude. It was a nice day out yesterday too. Kind of like this, but a little cooler. He was like, when I get off here, I'm playing some golf. He said, I might play some golf today and tomorrow. I was like, there you go. Golf sounds good. But I took that and I said, well, I might get on my bicycle. Because I'm not like a golf guy. He was just throwing it out there that he's playing golf. And then he said, after that, I'm going to figure out who's barbecuing. I love working with cool people, man. Just people you can just be around and just rock with, man. I love those type of people. And he's one of those people who I don't see him all the time. I just see him on the occasion. But it was refreshing to see him. And he said, I might do some golf today and tomorrow. And I'm going to see who's cooking out. I'm like, man, I'm going to get on my bicycle. You enjoy your golf. I'm going to enjoy the weather also. That's why the garage door is open, son. Jax from Mortal Kombat. Oh, yeah, if Chatar was my neighbor, bro, we'd be cooking out and barbecuing all week, son. Hey, you drive a truck, right? Come to Illinois, G. Come to Illinois, holler at your boys, son. I tried to tell Terry last time when you said you were in Oregon. Months ago, Chatar called into Punchy TV, and he's like, I'm in Portland, Oregon right now. I'm like, word? So I texted Terry and Jamie. I was like, hey, Chatar said he's in y'all city because he travels for a living. I said, reach out to Chatar. Do you have his number? She said, I don't have his number. I said, well, next time, I don't know if Terry's still in the chat, but I told Terry and Jamie, get his information. Oh, Missouri? Bro, come north. I'm here, G. You're not driving while texting, right? You're stopped somewhere, I hope. You better be stopped because you're all up in the chat. But I told Terry and Jamie, get his number. He's in y'all city right now. Hit him up. Yeah. Heck yeah. We out here, G. We out here. There's a few people. End of Face. End of Face doesn't live super far from where I live. So hopefully we're going to collaborate at some point. Mr. Mad, he's another one. Mr. Mad and I live like 3 hours away. Give or take. I met Terry and Jamie already. Yeah, Chatar, that'd be dope. If we collaborated, G, man, you can sleep on my couch, G. Bring the semi-truck. Park on the street. Because I live on a busy street. The street I live, there's like, it's a busy street. So it's double direction, but the curb also has parking. So you can park your car on the street, right? So in your case, if you drive a truck, well, depending on how long the truck is, you could park in front of my house. But if it's too long, you would have to park in the driveway. Or just freaking park at the Walmart parking lot or something. Then I'll pick you up. But yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be super dope. We need to kick it with Pinocchio. We need to kick it with Yoda. We need to kick it with all the good people. Arizona Jake, he's in Arizona. So park it down the road at the store and Greg can pick you up. That's right. Yep, me and Dr. Pyro, we kicked it a few times over these here years. We all know he inspired the song. Yes. Well, Pinocchio, he inspires all kinds of music. Where do you get your inspiration from? Speaking of the word inspired, I'm down depending on the time. Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, what state do you live in, Pinocchio? Because I'm in Illinois. Yeah. I want to know where Pinocchio gets his inspiration from. We can kick it. Yeah, we're going to kick it anyway because it's warming up. I'm trying to get you and a couple others to the good garage to hang out. No, I'm not going to dox what city I live in. I'm just saying, oh, okay, Oklahoma. Okay. I got family in Tulsa. Okay, cool. But I'm trying to get some people in here probably next month. Might cook on the grill or something. Because you can't really invite people over your house if you're not cooking. I have a friend, he passed away, rest in peace, but that was his whole thing. I'd be like, hey, you want to come over and hang out? The first thing he says, you cooking or what? I'm like, I wasn't planning on it. He's like, man, how you going to invite people to your house, man, and you ain't cooking? I'm like, I don't even cook like that because I'm a bachelor, right? So he'd be like, well, we drinking? What? Yeah, man, we can drink, man. Well, I remember that was his whole thing. You cooking? Hey, man, I thought you were my friend because you're my friend, not because I cook or not, but I get what he's saying. He was saying it has to be worth people's while because people are always going to be hungry, right? So you can't have company over and at least not have, you got to at least have some type of dish or dip or finger food or something. Because depending on who you're inviting over, they might not have eaten all day. So they show up to your house like, yeah, I'm hungry. Do you have anything to eat? Which sounds trifling, but it's not. That's just real talk. People be hungry. Well, yeah, rest in peace to him. He'd be like, you cooking? I wasn't planning on it. Man, I'm not going to come over, man. You ain't even cooking, man. Like, dude, I'm not a family man like you. Because whenever he would invite me to his house, he had a wife and a daughter. So they always had food, regardless. Because they're a family. But me, man, I have enough food in my house for me. And that's it. And the food in my refrigerator isn't food that my company would eat in many cases anyway. You gotta throw it in the oven, season it, whatever. I just thought that was funny. Yeah. You cooking? Is Ralph Wiggum in JLP. Who is Ralph Wiggum? Ralph Wiggum. That sounds like Clayton Bigsby. If they didn't put it on the barbecue, they don't get a plate. Yeah, they better put in for it. Hey! It's complete now. Golden Rule TV, Arizona Jake, the good people are all here. Yep. Yes, sir. Let's see. Dr. Pyro. Nice little 3D printing you got going on there, buddy. I guess it's not 3D printing, it's AI. Nice little new AI picture. Dr. Pyro. Tar Baby Yoda. Matthew. Corey. Sweetheart. Artie Art Too Smart. Terry Strange. Endaface. My cousin. Spade Ops, number 4. Pinocchio's helicopter. Mildly attractive snake pit chat tard. Limit Breaker Joseph. The homie Rico. Arizona Jake. JamieRussell, aka Ethan Hawke. Sheiky Baby, who was the first, I believe. Sweet Amy, Who could forget Reggie Jackson, Golden Rule TV? I don't know about you guys, but it looks like all the good people showed up. I mean, all the good people. Straight up. I can still hear motorcycles going by. And the birds are still chirping a little bit. A little bit. They were really prevalent when I started this video. I listen to that type of thing. So, days like this, it is nice to not have music in here blaring. For one, I'm talking a lot, but two, it's nice to hear the outdoors. People be cutting their grass in the background. You know, the best is when you hear kids outside playing. That's the best sound. You're like, what? There's kids outside playing? I didn't think they still did that. That's a really green flag for society. Ooh, story for you. I went to the barber shop yesterday, and there was a family in there waiting on their, it was either the husband or the son. Someone was getting cut. And this kid was 4, I think, 3 or 4. And the husband and the wife, they were constantly asking this kid questions. They were like playing a game with this kid, and it was so beautiful, like the most beautiful thing I've seen in a long time. The dad would say to the boy, "How many noses do you have?" And the boy said, 1. He said, "How many eyes do you have?" And the boy said, 2. "How many ears do you have?" 2. And this just went on and on and on and on and on. And it was just like, you almost wanted to cry, in the sense that whenever I go to the barbershop, when there's a kid, the kid's always on the tablet or the phone. Like little kids, younger than that kid, like babies, toddlers, just becoming old enough to get your hair cut. They be on phones. So when I saw this family talking to this kid, asking him questions relating to intelligence, and having fun while doing it, when I saw that and heard it, I was like, wow, there's still hope. Because this kid's going to grow up normal. He's going to grow up knowing how to talk to people. He's going to grow up knowing right from wrong. He's going to grow up with action figures opposed to tablets. He's going to know his way around town. He's going to know how to get home. He's going to have his parents' phone numbers memorized without using the phone. I'm like, this kid has a shot at life. Whereas most kids, it's like, hey, take this iPhone and be quiet. And then the kids are just like this. They're glued to the iPhone, right? But like, I can't remember. Oh, I know that so the dad, ooh, this is deep. So the dad said to the boy, "What's your favorite cartoon?" And I don't know if the boy knew what the word cartoon meant. So then the dad said, "What's your favorite thing to watch on TV?" The boy said, "The Bible." And I'm getting my hair cut, but you're supposed to stay still, or else, the barber can mess up your stuff. But when he said the Bible, I broke my silence, because I was just listening. I didn't want to get into their stuff. This is their family. This is their time. But when he said the Bible is his favorite thing to watch on TV, I was like, yo. I said, there you go. I said, I know that's right. That's what I'm talking about. But you know, there's sometimes you want to cry, but you don't. Not because you're sad, but because you're happy. That was one of those moments where I was like, man, they're actually raising their son. That's crazy to me. They're actually raising a human being without technology. And I'm sure this kid has a TV at home. But the way they were interacting with him and asking him questions, and he had an answer for most of them, one of the things they were doing was, show me 7. And then he would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the dad said, no, show me 7. Count to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's like, okay, right, stop right there. That's 7. They were doing that like the whole time, like different exercises. I'm like, I think he was between 3 and 4, somewhere in there. I'm like, man, y'all are actually raising y'all's son. I appreciate that. Because these kids today, we all know, sorry, Gen Zers. Sorry. What's the generation after Gen Z? Because the alphabet stops at Z, right? Today's kids don't stand a chance. You got ChatGPT. You got everybody plagiarizing everybody. We used to cheat with like Cliff Notes, Spark Notes, the little summary thing, but they don't have a chance today in the sense that everything is either AI or they just use their phones for everything. Like, there's people my age and older who can't even navigate around the city that they live in, and they live there their whole life. It is one thing if you're not familiar where someone lives, but I know people, young people, who don't even know their own address. Like, they don't even know streets. Now, am I asking you to memorize every street in the city of where you live? No. But if someone asks you for directions, you should know, yeah, take this street to go that direction, take that street to go this direction. You should know how to navigate around your city. Let's say you're walking down the street and someone offers you a lift. Yeah, where are we going, buddy? I don't know. Where are we going? I don't even know my own address. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know anything today. They're lost. For one, the phone gives them everything. And two, thanks to that phone, they just don't have the capacity to think on their own, to be normal kids. Because they're just so sucked into that phone. They're just glued to it. So when I say they don't stand a chance, I mean that. Like, it's game over. It's abandoned ship. But when I saw that kid and his parents actually interacting in a normal way, another motorcycle. When I see families interacting, being normal, educating, I'm like, yo, this is beautiful. It kind of reminds me of, I went to Planet Fitness when I was like in my early 20s. There was a father and son training in the gym together, taking turns on different machines. They were like training partners, and the boy was like a teenager. I'm in my early 20s at the time. This kid's a teenager, and the dad's probably in his 40s. And I couldn't help but look like, I'm on this machine way over here, and I'm just like, that's so cool. Because my dad never took us to the gym when we were kids, but he would take us to the park a lot. He would take us to Toys R Us a lot. Places like that. We go out to eat sometimes. But the gym is one thing me and my dad never did together. Now, we would play tennis, things like that. Basketball. But now that I'm older, now that I'm into the gym, I thought it was like the coolest thing ever that this father took his teenage son to the gym with him. I'm like, this is crazy. This is it. And that's their time. That's their bonding time. It's like if you're a dad who likes guns, you take your son to the gun range with you. It's not about the guns. It's not about the basketball. It's not about bowling. It's not about going to the gym together. It's about spending that time with your kids. And it kind of goes back to the point I was making about that 3 or 4-year-old kid. That's called quality time. That's family time. That's time that this kid's never going to forget. And the adults, they can't get that time back. So when they're raising their son, and we're just talking about one little encounter in the barbershop, if they're raising their son like this in the barbershop, imagine how they're really raising him at home. Like, this kid's going to be sharp. He's going to be smart. He's going to be sitting in the front of the class. He's going to be asking questions, raising his hand. He's going to be answering the teacher's questions because he's going to be ahead of all the other kids. And then they'll probably tease him, call him the teacher's pet. You get that. But fine. I'd rather be a smart teacher's pet than an idiot. But he's going to be all those things. He's going to go off. Man, this kid could be an astronaut someday. All because his parents raised him in a normal, commonsensical way. That's crazy. But then you get parents who do the complete opposite. You get these teenagers running the streets in packs, like a pack of hyenas, coyotes, wolves, whatever you want to call it. Those parents are doing the complete opposite. And where do those kids end up? In the penitentiary. So there is some hope, but it's like so small. Like, you always see these stories on the news when these kids are like ramming through gas stations and things like that, robbing jewelry. Like, those are the worst type of stories. That and murder, of course. But I want to see something on the news when like parents are actually raising their kids in the right way. Like, show me something good on the news. The news won't show you that. They'll show you the scumbaggery. They'll show you the malarkey. But I wanted to shake that father's hand and the mom. Like, you guys are... And I didn't get a chance to speak to him because by the time I left the barbershop, they were already gone. Because I guess they got cut by somebody else. But I wanted to tell him, like, man, you guys are doing a really good job. Like, seriously, shout out to you guys. Because I don't see parents interacting with their kids anymore. I just don't see it. Like, our parents, to a degree, didn't have a choice but to interact with us to some level because we didn't have all the technology that today's kids have. So parents had to parent a little bit more back then. Whereas pretty much now the cell phone has replaced the parent, or at least became the babysitter. This is deep. All right, let's see what y'all are saying. What are y'all saying? Okay, you guys are talking to yourselves. Me, Greggatron, and Zenny are basically the Hodge twins. You could say that. KKK, team takeovers. Yeah, it's bad. You've seen them. That's the way of the white man. To not be entertaining, LOL. He's not your minstrel show. Who are you talking about? Who's not my minstrel show? Who are you? I was in the zone, and I was just flowing. So that's why I wasn't reading the chat, because it won't show me the chat till I start scrolling. But I just wanted to get that out before I read the chat. I was flowing, son. I was flowing. Black kids. True, Josh, and I should start at the top, not the bottom. We need a new host for Punchy. Yeah, man. Dang, y'all putting a lot of chats, which is not a bad thing. I'm saying dang because I'm behind. Yeah. I see you, Arizona Jake. Okay, you guys are just saying what up to each other. Harmony. You're talking about the music? Josh is smashing Lot Lizard. Oh, God. I know what that means, but don't perform. They told me what that means, Yoda. The TK, you know what? A lot of lizards. Oh, God. No, just Latin, sweetheart, Terry Berry, and you're talking about if we like have a get together. I was actually thinking about that like last week or the week before. Somebody on the Hake Report mentioned, hey, you should do this thing where we all get to call into your show, kind of like how Terry does on StreamYard. That way, people like Ronnie can debate with people like William, basically. Two opposing sides. It's a Robin. There goes my attention span. But yeah, basically, they were saying, you should make it to where it's an open panel, like once a week or so, where we can call in and, you know how like 9 people on the screen. And Hake said, thanks for the suggestion. But I was going to take it a step further. I'm like, you know how they used to do like the men's forum once not the once a month one, but they used to have like events where anybody could just show up. Like it was an event. Once every so many years they would do it. I'm like, yeah, get that going, but they should also go on tour where they travel from state to state. That way they can say what up. We're talking about Bond. If you guys are wondering, the Brotherhood organization of a new destiny. Shout out to Court Green, he's real. Maryland, seems like fun. Okay, they're talking about different people in different chats. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything important, give or take. Jaya, okay, you're just talking about millennials. Yeah, I'm a millennial. I mean, you're well, yeah, Arizona Jake is a millennial. Because you're not old enough to be no, I'm sorry, you're a Gen Zer. Arizona Jake is a Gen Zer. You can only be a baby boomer right now if you're like 61. Maybe 60. Because right now, if you're 59, you're still considered Gen X. But anybody over 61, I think it is. Between that and like 80 something. They're the baby boomers now. And then the youngest millennial is like 27, 28. Right? Yeah, 27, 28. I'm 33. And the oldest millennial is like 44. Something like that. But yeah, Arizona Jake is a Gen Xer. Did I say Gen X? Because I hope I didn't say Gen Z. Millennials or something like that. Gen Alpha. So after they do Gen Z, are they going to start back to A? Is that what the Alpha is? Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Omega, all that. They're both got the same song on. Okay, they talk about the music. Music talk. I'm about 66% through fixing typos and stuff on the displayed lyrics. Okay. It's time for Greggatron to face off with Black Bill. Bill from Punchy. We need a new host. Oh, okay. So you want me to co-host with Bill? I've been thinking about like starting a show kind of like how they do their shows. Kinda. But I'm not as organized as they are. I don't do the Twitter thing. And I would have to produce my own stuff. But basically, see, I just pick a video topic and then I talk about it for 10, 20 minutes and I end it at that, but I don't know if I have the capacity to just talk about a specific subject for an hour or 2 hours per show, like how Hake and Nick do. Because, like, even this, I wouldn't have said any of this had you guys not been in the comments. See what I'm saying? But I don't have the production that they have. Like Punchy, even Kurt is in the background producing everything that Bill shows on the screen. Kurt is the one displaying all that stuff. Or he's got the package ready, they call it. The package. But yeah, it would definitely be cool to have a show, like an actual show. What would that be like if I was like on their network? I couldn't do that though because of my work schedule. That and the stuff I talk about sometimes is like earlier when Artie Art was here. Some of the stuff I say on this show is too PG-13. That and what would happen is it would probably compromise my job. Could you imagine if I was on the Bond network? For one, they'd be like, you can't have your own show unless you have a shirt on, because you're representing Bond, right? You can't be talking about sugar walls. You can't be talking about BBLs. You can't be talking about the things that I'd be talking about. Because you know there would be rules. I like to have a YouTube channel for fun. This is just me just flowing. Whereas the way they do their thing, they have a real package, like where it's organized, like producers. They have studios. I'm just this dude with a camera and a tripod. And I did learn how to edit last year, which is dope. But yeah, me working with Bill, that's where I got on this from. I could co-host with Bill. That'd be dope. Because I can see myself chilling with Bill. Chilling like a super villain. I'm chilling like a super villain. I can see that because our personalities, the wavelengths, would match to a degree. Like, we wouldn't fight each other. That's the problem with Derek and what's his name, Kurt. They were too argumentative with one another. Whereas if I was there with Bill, we wouldn't be fighting. We'd be chilling. We'd be chilling like a mug. That's why I try to ask Hake in the comment section or a super chat or something. I said, where's Omid, the PR guy, man? He was cool. I liked Omid, the PR guy. But they didn't say. He was cool, man. Because he kind of threw in a little different opinion a little bit. Yeah, he made it fun. But yeah, Bill has that perfect equilibrium because he doesn't, quote unquote, take sides. He just kind of presents the article or the news or whatever. And he just kind of drops his little 2 cents. Doesn't take long. And then he's like, all right, next clip. We're like, oh, that's it? Okay, next clip. But he doesn't get too into it like Hake or Nick or Jesse. But yeah, Bill is dope. Bill is probably the best host they've had since Joel Friday. Yeah. Because that thing with Kurt, shout out to Kurt, that wasn't working because he was like angry. He was ticked at them guys. Because Galiincali, she's the one who told me, she was like, Greg, you need to watch Punchy TV from last week. I was like, I don't watch Punchy that much. She's like, no, you need to see this episode in particular. I'm like, why? She's like, I don't want to tell you why. Just watch it and tell me what you think. I was like, okay. I watched it. I was like, yo, y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping. Y'all wild. Well, like a few weeks later, Kurt and Derek, they were not hosting anymore. It was Bill. I'm like, yo, so they probably got in trouble for, because Kurt was like on them like hard, like, dude, what's going on? This is supposed to be about love and fun and jokes, but he was not joking at all or having any fun. He was going in on them guys. I'm like, this is not the Punchy I remember. This is actually kind of hard to watch. And then C-Sal called in saying, you're not supposed to be lecturing them guys and all this stuff. I was like, oh, this is a mess. Anyway, I think that's why you don't see him as much. That's why they put, because Bill ain't going to fight with you. That's why they put Bill in charge. Because Bill is like me in that way. He's just going to go with the flow. He's just going to present the case, talk about it for a couple minutes, and move on. But yeah, I mess with Bill. Don't mess with Bill. But yeah, I mess with Bill. He cool. He cool. If you don't know what we're talking about Punchy TV. That's a spinoff show on the Jesse Lee Peterson network, aka Bond. Oh, okay, now what are y'all saying? I apologize if I didn't read y'all's chats. Definitely would be yeah. And again, I keep it PG as possible. Because you know the kids are going to hear stuff at home anyway. Like my niece and nephew, I ain't going to lie, their parents say some stuff that I probably wouldn't say, but the kids are going to hear stuff at school and at home. But I try to keep it PG on my end. But if I had like a 2-hour show a day, but I talked about the word capacity. I don't have the capacity to talk for 2 hours a day. You know, like I can do it now because it's a Sunday, right? You guys are here. Another thing, I'm really bad at looking at the camera. This whole time I've been like this or this. I'm really bad at looking at the camera. Yeah. Right? Keep it clean, Yoda says. Chatard. Chatard says trans exclusionary radical I can't read this, man. Trans exclusionary radical feminist bro. Haig made her out. Haig made her our resident turf representative. Are you talking? Who are you talking about? Oh, You're not talking about JC, are you? Trans exclusionary radical feminist. You're not talking about Terry. Terry used to be a communist. And that other thing. Turf is meant to be a slur, but they call themselves that now. Okay, I wasn't sure. You're talking about Terry or JC. Where the trans come from, though? Trans exclusionary radical feminist. Bro. Oh, man. The talk is good tonight. Y'all talking about turfs, transgenders, Billy the wise monk. Yeah, Billy is wise. You can tell he's wise by how smooth he is. Like, you know how I stutter sometimes, and I like tweak over my words. Billy doesn't have that problem. He's so smooth, and you can tell that comes with wisdom and time. Because some people have to practice that. Like me, I can be smooth to a degree, but when I read something funny or when I get real into it, I get too excited and then my words start slipping. And then I have to stop myself and just pause, rewind a little bit, start over. But Bill is almost like a natural. Like, he doesn't have that problem at all. And that's what I admire about some of these guys on the internet. Like, they're real good speakers. And they're real good at staying on topic. And they're real good at presenting stuff. Whatever that stuff might be. They're good at presenting stuff. And depending on who we're talking about, it'd be so clear. Like, wow, this person's really well spoken. This person's really articulating a point to where we average Joes can understand. That's why I like Hake's show. Because the average normie can pick it up as to what he's saying. Whereas Nick's show, Nick's too smart. That's the American Anchor Baby, for those who don't know. But Nick is too smart to be on the internet because I don't be understanding a lot of stuff he says. Like, what you talking about, Nick? Like, you're talking like you're in a room full of rocket scientists or something. Like, I can't pick up on this. Or they'll be using different language. Not actual language, but they'll be speaking certain diction. I'm like, what does that word even mean, my boy? Speak English. But yeah, Nick is the smart one, which is fine, but he's like too smart. He's too smart for his own good. That's why I like Bill, because Bill's just chill. Yeah, man. And then Hake, they say Hake probably has autism or something. I'm not saying he does, but in the past he said people will like joke with him and say, I think you're on the spectrum. Well, yeah, it's like, aren't we all to some degree? I think I'm gonna get on my bicycle before the sun goes down. But this was hella fun. I was supposed to hit shoulders, arms. I'm ashamed of my daggone self. The only thing we hit was chest. And that was it. This is why when I'm in the gym, I'm normally not live. I might make a gym video related to something specifically, but if I do a gym stream, I'm not in the gym, I'm talking. The gym is just the setting at this point. Ambiance. Yeah, I know big words too. But yeah, this chat was lit. But I'm definitely gonna get on my bicycle. You guys are something else. Arizona Jake. Great idea. I want a bike ride. Yeah, do it, bro. What time is it in Arizona? It's 5:40 here. I gotta put my contacts in first though. And my phone only has 10-15% battery. So, great show. If you guys want to connect, you guys are all mods, so you should be able to see each other's pages and whatnot. Okay, it's only 3:40. Okay, good. See, it's 5:40 here. Okay. But if you guys want to connect, just one person leave a comment, and then the other person comment on top of that person's comment. Or just leave a comment on your own, and then you guys can figure out who was who from there. But I would stick around, but my battery is low. Yeah, Diddy style. My battery is low, and I want to take advantage of the sun still being out a little bit longer. So I got to put my contacts in, put on some sunglasses, and I'm going to go on a ride. Peace out, Greggatron. Yeah, I've only eaten some muffin bread and a banana all day. So chat Tar, thank you. Tar Baby Yoda, thank you. What's he saying? See? Then quit saying you're... Who's he talking to? Yoda, who is gay? Who's gay? Pinocchio, thank you. Oh, here we go. See, chat Tar just says stuff to get me to say stuff. He doesn't believe what he's saying. He's just saying it to keep that. It's like a pot of hot lava. He has a stick, and he just likes to stir that pot of hot lava just to get people riled up. It's the same thing you do, Yoda. Yoda, you should know better. You shouldn't be falling for that. Because, Yoda, you do the same thing at Terry's show and others. So, Yoda, you're the ringleader. So, Chat Tart is doing exactly what you be doing. Yeah, you be. He be, she be, we be. I speak Ebonics. And big whoop. So what? You want to fight about it? Josh isn't gay, though. So what are y'all talking about? If you ever gotta... What? What are you talking about? I don't even know how this conversation started. What do y'all say about Ethan Hawke? I saw something. I missed it. Jamie wanted you to put baby oil. What? What are you talking about? Jamie never said that. Tar Baby Yoda and Chat Tar are like the same person. Y'all just saying stuff. You don't even mean what you're saying. They just say stuff, man. Dr. Pyro. These are my people. These are the people I deal with. They don't believe what they're saying. They don't mean what they're saying. They just say anything. It's like, where did that even come from? Like, I understand I'm talking, so I don't get to read everything, so I get behind on what was said. But when I see certain comments, I'm just like, where did that even come from? And I don't even want to reread up above where it came from, because if it got this crazy to this point, I can only imagine how it started. Y'all wild. Y'all talking about P. Diddy baby oil? What? What does P. Diddy have to do with any of this? I'm talking about signing off. I'm trying to tell y'all in Arizona, Jake and everybody, hey, I'm going to get on my bicycle. I'm about to sign off. Y'all up here talking about baby oil. And I'm not going to say what I was about to say because it's not PG. Me and Yoda just having locker room talk. I'm grabbing Latin A, by the way. Locker room talk. Okay. But yeah, leave a comment when this video's over. If you leave me a comment, I'll comment back, and then we can keep on commenting later on in the evening. But Galiincali asked me the other day, Greggatron, are you on Discord? I was like, no. I don't want to get into all that Discord stuff. Just leave me a comment, and I'll hit y'all back. I'm feeling up for my ride. Okay, see, I'm going to take the electric bike out. It's charged. I thought about the motorcycle, but since all I did was talking here, I really need the exercise. I've been talking for almost 4 hours. That's insane. I don't even talk to my friends for that long. What that means is you guys are my friends. 4 hours is a long... I can't believe this. I told the old lady so she can get my dinner time right. It's not your old lady, man. It's your old lady. You gotta take the D off. Old lady. My old lady, not my old lady. Because she's gonna think you're calling her old. It's like when people say, oh boy. You talked to old boy lately? You're saying oh boy, not old boy. Anyway. Stop commenting. We're all in a based cult. Yeah. Man Law 101. There's no such thing as friends. Before we leave, my friend Dr. Pyro, he showed me this. It's not a meme, but it's a list of names of men who are slut makers. It's like slut maker names. And why was the name Greg on that list? It was like 100 different names, but it was funny. Dang it. Now I have to charge this. If I don't charge it now, it'll die. I got 5%. I'll talk to y'all later. Let me close this out before it shuts down completely. If I can find it, it's so dark now. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Okay.